Live. You're live. Send a tweet. Tweet is out. This goes away. That's ready. This goes. Feel like I'm forgetting something, but we're going to go. Oh, that's what I'm forgetting. 1 second. There we go. All right. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast, Webisode 810. The Grooky Podcast. The Go Nintendo Podcast is a part of the Greenlit Podcast Network at greenlitpodcast.com. Mom Brain.
Hey, y'all.
Can you tell us about Grooky, please?
Nice
Stretching
stretch.
as much as I can.
Appreciate that.
Grooky.
Grooky or yeah, I guess. Grooky.
No, Grooky.
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 Grooky. Grooky?
Grooky.
Grooky.
Oh, ooh. Like a monkey. Ooh. It looks like a monkey.
Okay. But monkey isn't spelled M-O-O-N.
I know, but it looks like a monkey. So Grooky, because monkeys go ooh.
So why isn't it grunky?
Just call it Grogu.
Because Grunky is a stupid name. Grooky is a great name. Mom Brain, please. Grooky.
When it uses its special stick to strike up a beat, the sound waves produced carry revitalizing energy to the plants and flowers in the area.
Give me a beat.
It's a foot tall. It's 11 pounds. Its gender is male and female. The category is chimp. And the abilities include overgrow.
I'm sorry, are we annoying you today, Mom Brain?
Not just today.
Hello, Mom Brain. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. Hello, Josh Grobot, my friend, my number one special robot pal. How are you this weekend?
Sure, whatever.
Excellent. Josh, thank you.
That's none of your business.
Okay. Hello, Kirby. How are you?
Doing good. Sorry, I was just washing my hands.
That's great. And that's important during all times, but especially during the quarantines.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my hands are super dry.
I've been talking about my hands feeling weird lately too. I've been using a lot of hand sanitizer. And
we
I
literally have a gallon of it from Costco.
Yeah, I love how it feels right after I use it, and then later in the day, I'm like, oh, my hands feel weird. Hello, Do. How are you, Do Day?
Cuckoo. I'm doing just fine. Thank you very much. My hands are feeling nice and moisturized.
If I would expect anyone to have perfectly moisturized hands, it would be you, Do.
Well, we all know about my eczema down there, so I need to keep some on hand, literally and figuratively.
What is going on here? Okay, hold on 1 second. I thought every time we do the podcast, I go into my phone and I say, never let the screen dim, but for some reason, I guess I hit the wrong thing this time. I'm set now. Hello, Nader Die. Hello, Tanuki Tony. Hello, PC. Hello, Hiley and Tom, and Giant Reggie, and Freddy Fro, and Dre Gamer, and Malik Halo with a nice Grooky gif, and Storbus Corvin, and Ridley Surya, and Ice Grove, and the Super Sanchez, and whoever else, Shillelagh, Anastasia Beaverhausen, Wolford Chaser, Outlaws. Anybody else I didn't see in here? Thanks for joining us today. Hello, Fluffer Nutter. Well, I don't need to tell you guys, but I'll tell you anyway. It was a very busy week because...
Was there a Nintendo Direct?
There was, after 530 days, a Nintendo Direct. No more Direct Minis, no more Direct Partner Showcases, no more Indies Directs. This was a full, fat Nintendo Direct. So we got a lot to cover today.
4-hour show. Predicting it.
We are, instead of waiting in the news to get to that, we're going to start with that, and then we'll go back to the rest of the news. Oh, sorry, Josh, it's not interesting.
Can I share my purchase first?
But first, I wanted to say we have a couple things to get into. I guess Mom Brain wants to talk about something, so we'll allow it. Go ahead, Mom Brain.
Well, I ran out to my local Ulta today to pick up a couple of things. Unexpectedly.
Hi, Grantimus. Hi, Joe Shabadoo.
in our Ulta, there was the ColourPop Animal Crossing crossover collection. I don't really wear a whole lot of makeup, but I did pick up a pressed powder palette
Ooh.
and 2 Just a Tint lip crayons.
They are very hard. I think they're, within an hour of the line launching online, almost everything was sold out. So I'd imagine everything's sold out by now. But if you're lucky, you can find them in stores. And Mom Brain found it.
So the lip crayons I got are cherry and apple.
Freddie Pro says, Patreon exclusive RMC makeover, please. Can't waste that precious makeup on me. Very nice.
Do a little. You want to take a whiff? They smell really good.
All right, I'll smell it. Sure.
Just be careful. Don't twist the bottom part because that's what makes the color.
Tanuki Tony thought you were holding up a box of playing cards, but no, just makeup.
Just makeup.
Malik Halo is suggesting I take a bite.
No, don't take a bite. Now
forbidden push pop.
That's right. The pressed powder palette I got is called.
Oh, that smells nice.
Yeah.
Now let's just see.
All right, go ahead.
No, I'm not gonna
It's
bite
called
it.
What a Hoot, and it's got
Better have Blathers on there.
Blathers and his sister Celeste. Right? Is that her name?
Yes.
Celeste? And they had other colors, other palettes, but I thought this one was the nicest one.
Mom Brain couldn't even wait to get home to put it on. She opened the door to come in the house, and I saw she had something on her lips.
Yeah, and he was like, "What is that about?"
This is some elaborate ruse to throw me off the trail of your torrid affair that you're having. Oh, look at that. Very nice.
They're very pretty. Meteor shower, celestial, all aflutter, and who, like all capitals with an exclamation point. I'll bring it up to the camera.
Now, I got a question. What the hell do you do with that thing when all the makeup's gone?
Nothing.
You throw it away?
I can't see what this looks like on screen, but we're going to go with it.
What a waste. There's no refills or anything? Is this all makeup?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I guess you could pop out the
What a racket. PC's very jealous of your makeup.
This is beautiful.
Sure. What am I doing?
Sometimes you just want to feel pretty.
Meteor shower, celestial, all aflutter, and who? Yes, very nice. Those are not going to smell nice, no. No. Is that it, Mumbry? Well, also you have something else to show off. No? Okay.
Yes, I do have something else to show. This came.
Yes, it looks like a very tiny GBASP. Mom Brain is having her coffee out of a delightful Bubble Bobble mug today. We got a care package in the mail of all Bubble Bobble's stuff. It's a Bubble Bobble mug and Bubble Bobble, or I should say Bub and Bob face masks, which are pretty damn cool. They just look like the mouths of Bub and Bob, so it's the one tooth or the two.
Oh my God! Have their names been Bub and Bob this whole time?
Yes, they have.
How? This is like the WandaVision thing. How have I not known that? That makes so much sense.
Now, I don't remember, but I think it says that in the intro of the original Bubble Bobble. I could be wrong. You can look it up on YouTube, but yes, their names have been Bub and Bob forever. So
we even say Bub and Bob. It's not Bob and Bub. You know, how else would you get confused? I don't know.
And it's not like Legend of the Mystical Ninja situation where it's Kid Ying and Dr. Yang in North America, and then Goemon and what I forget whatever his name is. But Bub and Bob. Mom Brain, maybe you could do a little research and look that up. Well, Mom Brain, thanks for that little showcase. I appreciate it.
You want me to look up the history of Bub and Bob?
I mean, you could look up the intro of Bubble Bobble on the NES and see if it mentions Bub and Bob.
That's why the internet was invented.
That's right. Also, I wanted to mention that.
You want me to look up the video of the intro?
Mom Brain, do whatever you want to do. Just look at the intro for Bubble Bobble. I'm sure there's screenshots, there's videos on YouTube. You can read the wiki page about it, whatever way you want to get there.
Isn't the backstory in Bubble Bobble that Bub and Bob used to be children and then they were turned into dinosaurs?
That is correct. Yeah, because in the sequel Rainbow Islands, they're back to being kids again.
Wow. Okay.
But they spend most of their life as Bub and Bob the dinosaur rather than
Who names their kid Bub?
Wolverine.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So the only thing that I see is now it is the beginning of a fantastic story. Let us make a journey to the cave of monsters. Good luck.
Yeah, I think that might be like when you actually start the game. I'm talking about the attract screen. Bobble. Let's see, attract screen.
I wouldn't have even known that I didn't know that was a thing.
Attract mode. Bobble or attract mode is what games
Makes sense.
You know, when you're walking by a game in the arcade and like it's showing like gameplay and stuff like that. That's what the attract mode is.
That's cool. I never knew that.
Well, now you know. Well, now you do, man. You're learning things left and right this show.
There's not enough room up in my brain for all this stuff I'm learning.
All right.
Did you know that Alucard is Dracula spelled backwards?
What?
That I did know.
Did you know that a man is a miserable pile of secrets?
Yes, Dracula told me years ago, and I didn't believe him, but then I had to find out the hard way.
All right, moving on. I want to say our discussion last week about my pet peeve in gaming, people talking out loud to themselves and me thinking they did it too much. I can't tell you how much feedback I got on that segment. I had so many emails and comments and tweets from people saying that they talk to themselves a lot. So I feel like I am in the minority. And there were a couple people who are like, am I crazy? Because it seems like there's so many people who don't think this is a thing. And I thought it was a thing as well. So there's only a few people that side with me. The majority of what I heard is people siding with Nikki Hill on the other side of the story. Lots of talking to yourself, full sentences, stories, whatever, narrating your whole day out loud.
So my mother likes to talk about how when I was like a baby, before I was really talking, which wasn't very long because I was an early talker, if you can imagine, she used to talk to me out loud like all the time. And people would look at her like she was crazy. Like we'd be at like the grocery store and she'd be like, well, what do you think we should have for dinner? And like she would just talk to me. But she attributes that with the fact that I was an early talker.
Well,
or the fact that I was an early talker to that. Yeah.
There you go.
You have her to thank.
Freddie Fro says, I got so much feedback, he said, from himself to himself. Yeah, it's been crazy. So it's still a pet peeve for me because I feel like those sometimes characters go way overboard. But apparently it's realistic. Maybe these developers are just doing what they do in real life. And the majority of people speak out loud to themselves that much when going about their day. PC says, I feel like this is a personal attack about talking out loud. So there's another person who does it. I don't. Man.
You're just too sane for everybody, RMC. You're too sane.
I don't have a problem with people who do it like in real life. I just thought in video games it was like overkill. Like somebody like, I should go push this box over here and I should go talk to the grand poobah about whatever.
I also think it's funny because
I was going to say wizard, but that's a bad thing.
Because raw meat never stops making noise. He may not be like talking to himself out loud, but you never stop making noise.
But I'm making like
ever.
Sound effects and singing and stuff like that.
But that's less normal than
I didn't say it was
using
more
it as like an executive functioning skill.
Come on.
I didn't say it was more normal. I know it's from playing video games so much. I either make sound effects for everything or I mimic the sounds of things. I know that I do that all the time, but when I'm playing video games and characters are speaking out loud all the time, I'm like, nobody does that. And I also don't do that, but I'm making like all kinds of weird
like
noises.
nonstop. And you talk to the cat and sing songs to the cat. Like it is.
Now, I don't think talking to your pet is all that weird.
No.
Freddie Fro. Freddie Fro wants.
Are you ready? Here's one.
Hold on. Freddie Fro wants examples of sound effects that I make.
Pew whip. All the time. He does a finger thing with pew whip with it constantly 24/7. There's one that I really hate, like a lot, and
Ooh.
it's this one, huh? 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 Which means scratch my back.
I'm just doing it as a noise to get
Mhm.
attention because I know you don't like it.
We should also note that
Giant Reggie's got a good one.
Oh yeah. We should also note that I believe you were a late talker
Hi, Santiago.
Beep, beep.
because you grunted and pointed and got what you wanted because you're a spoiled child.
I don't think it's a spoiled child thing. I think it's that's what my family does thing. Like my mom has always been like that. My sister's been like that. We just, just point at something.
Right? No, come on.
I'm not saying it's not weird. I'm just saying sound effects run in my family. It's a thing.
Is the first sound effect that you brought up, the boo? Is that from is that like picking up an apple in Streets of Rage 2?
I mean, it's very similar to that. Yeah. Usually I'll do like Mom Brain said, a finger flourish if I'm like pointing to something or like going to play with the cat. And I'll be like, whoop, something like that. So it's close to food noise from Streets of Rage. That's true. Streets of Rage is like whoop, a little bit lower, but same kind of thing. Whoop,
man, that was freaking good. Man, you are so talented.
There's more. There's more of a loop to the one I do usual. Like I picture it as like a roller coaster loop. Whoop, something like that. This all makes perfect sense. Well, anyway, I just wanted to bring up that point because so many people reached out to say that they talk to themselves. So I want to stress, I wasn't saying it was wrong, and I wasn't saying it makes you crazy. I was just saying I thought they did too much, but apparently they don't.
Did you also know that there is exactly one different song per day of the work week that Raw Meat choreographs for my wake up in the morning?
Hi, Colma. Now that's
Have
a
we
nice
talked about
way to
that?
start the day.
Yes. But noise. There's always noise. There is always noise. Like Raw Meat just loves noise.
Hold on. Do you want me to stop the daily songs?
I love
All
the
right.
daily songs. I
All right.
love the daily songs. It's just that everything with you, that noise is your love language. Like that is your...
Speaking of love, Mom Brain, we have something else to say very quickly before we get into the news. As I said, there's a lot.
What a hole.
Many of you reached out to me this week because you are lovely people to make sure I saw the news that Paddington 3 is officially underway. I have known for years now that they were toying with the idea of Paddington 3, but it is official. It's moving ahead. So
congratulations.
Thank you. I'm very excited. We will.
Yeah, how's it feel?
We'll be keeping you up to date on all the Paddington 3 news as we move forward. Today begins the campaign to get to the premiere of Paddington 3. I don't know how that would ever happen, but today it starts.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Right? I mean, the movie hasn't even started filming yet, but if there's ever a time to start the campaign, this is it. We have to get to the premiere so they can see me crying at it.
Guess I should watch the first and the second one then.
Yeah. You got time till the third. I don't know when the hell the third one's going to come out, but yes, 3 is officially underway. So
they have a good track record according to what you've said. So I hope the third one lives up to your expectations. I would really hate for it to be like the banjo nuts and bolts of the movie series.
Oh, that made me very depressed. Yeah, obviously I'm nervous there too. Anything that I greatly enjoy. Minus very few things, I am always nervous that the follow-up or the next one isn't going to be as good. Like with Nintendo, I don't really worry if the next one's going to be good. Marvel, I still do worry. Not that I have any reason to. I haven't seen anything that I didn't like, but I still, now that we're moving into official Marvel TV shows, like with WandaVision, I'll every episode I'll be like, oh, is this going to be good? Is this going to be one where it kind of falls apart? And so far, so great. But yeah, just because they're new with TV shows as far as actually being handled by Disney and Marvel as part of the MCU, I need more time to see what happens. But great so far. But yeah, Paddington 3, I am nervous because the first one was amazing and the second one was that much better, in my opinion. And then we'll see what happens with the third. So yeah, I don't know when it's coming out, but they're doing it.
My hope and wish in this world is to visit actual Paddington Station before Paddington 3 comes out.
Well, you got friends over in the UK. You can make a visit over there at some
One of
point.
my very greatest.
Once things are back to normal, yeah, you can get over there, I'm sure. And you can live in a trash can or a mailbox, whatever the hell he was in.
2 weeks from Monday, I am good to go.
Well,
He's
you
living
are.
in one of those red phone booths.
Exactly. Like Doctor Who, he loves those red phone booths.
PC wants to know what you would do if it was a gritty Paddington origin movie.
No, I think the thing from Doctor Who is blue, and it's like a police. It's something to call the cops or something.
Actually,
I mean, I that's all I know about Doctor Who.
the only things I haven't watched any modern Doctor Who. My parents watched Doctor Who when I was a kid, and the only thing I remember from Doctor Who, which I think we talked about on the podcast before, is the BBC logo that came on at the end of every episode, and the noise it played used to scare the crap out of me. I used to go to bed frightened to death after hearing that noise. I'd have to look. I found it on YouTube before. I could find it again, but holy
is it
crap!
Scarier than the current affair noise?
Well, that scared my brain. I'm cool with that noise.
All right.
That's a good question.
That used to scare the crap out of me. I haven't thought about a current affair. I can't tell you. I won't be able to sleep tonight, Kirby. Why did you bring this up?
I'm
Doctor have been working on this.
I thought I was the only one who was scared of that music. I'm sorry.
Man, no, it's okay. That and the Unsolved Mysteries theme song.
Yeah,
Two
exactly.
things to,
Speaking of my brain.
Hey
Oh
guys,
my
hey
God.
guys.
Oh no!
It's so evil. There's definitely some sort of monster around when you hear that.
And isn't that in So I Married an Axe Murderer too? I'm pretty sure that a current affair is in the movie.
I think it is, actually.
When he's doing the
and-
Thigh Master on the bed and she's like, I made
And
you a
it's-
smoothie with strawberries.
Yeah,
You love strawberries, Charlie.
it's perfect. Yeah, it's perfectly used in that. You're right. Oh, God.
Well, there you go. Now
Frightening.
that everyone on the podcast is frightened, we can move on. Highline Tom says it was the Unsolved Mysteries theme that scared the crap out of my sister. There you go. Other people were scared by it. And are still. I was never scared by that one. I really like that song. But
We know you don't get scared. We talk about
I know. I
this every
said
week.
that I'd have to do more research than the podcast allows, but that BBC logo, I know I can find it. I'll send it to you after the podcast. That
So
scared
brave.
me.
You just point and grunt at a monster.
All right. Mom Brain, can I get the news jingle, please? We have a buttload of news to get into, so we got to get
Sorry,
motoring.
I wasn't listening.
That's all right, Josh. Take your time. Thank you, Mom Brain. So again, yes, it took 530 days, but Nintendo got back to a traditional Nintendo Direct, and it had a lot of news to share. So we're going to cover all the pieces. We're going to cover everything that was talked about in it to great and not so great detail. What's the matter, Mom Brain?
Well, I want to know, is this what you're talking about?
Nope. I told you I'm going to have to do research to find it. I will know the exact one when I hear it, but that's not it. All right. So the Nintendo Direct.
It wasn't WGBH Boston.
Mom
was it?
Brain, we have to move on. I don't remember the name. I, again, will have to look, but I can't do it right now. I don't know if we should start with, well, you know what? We're just going to go in the order of the press release. So then we're going to start with the thing the Nintendo Direct ended with. Nintendo had a one more thing moment in this Nintendo Direct, and they revealed that Splatoon 3 is in the works for the Switch, and it's coming out 2022. And it seems that Splatoon 3's direction is based directly off of what happened with the Splatfest in Splatoon 2. We're heading to a new region called the Splatlands. Its heart is a new city where battle-savvy Inklings and Octolings gather, Splatsville, also known as the City of Chaos. This introduces new features to the series, including brand new weapons like the bow, customization options that you haven't had before, and new movement abilities that will be added to the returning 4 versus 4 Turf Wars matches. Look forward to more information on that as we get closer to 2022. So when in 2022 is it coming out? Who the hell knows? We just know it's that year as of right now. But We got to see a lengthy new trailer that was quite moody in the beginning and more desolate than we're used to with Splatoon. It certainly looks like those environments are going to be quite different from what we usually get in Splatoon. Lots of desert environments and new ways to enter the map, too. And they are going with the same approach to customization and gender as Animal Crossing New Horizons did. So it's not really a gender. It says pick your style, and then any style option is available to you. It doesn't matter. So there's no clothing or styles that are locked just to what you would say boys or girls get in previous games, or the previous Splatoon for that matter. It's just you pick whatever you want to wear and you pick whatever kind of hair you want. It doesn't matter. So everything's open to everybody. But yeah, we'll get more about that as we move closer to next year. We got a new Smash Brothers reveal. The next character coming to Smash Brothers Ultimate is Pyra/Mythra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. They're a duo. Obviously, if you played the game, you know why that makes sense. But they are the next characters coming our way. And obviously, they also come with a brand new stage as well from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And all that good stuff. They are due out in March, so we'll get, I would imagine we'll get a look at an in-depth look at both characters from Sakurai sometime, maybe late February, early March, because that's what he does. They always give a breakdown of them. We also got the surprise reveal of The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. The original Skyward Sword came out on the Wii all the way back in 2011. It's one of the last games that came out for the Wii. So by this time, the Wii, we'll say, had run its course and people weren't really paying too much attention to the Wii at that time. They were eager to play other things. So Skyward Sword only sold like 3.6 million units, something like that, which I believe is the lowest selling console Zelda game. So all those who missed it the first time around or weren't even playing games then or following Zelda games now will have another chance to enjoy Skyward Sword, but on the Switch. It launches July 16th. Obviously, it's an HD update, so it runs at 60 frames per second, and we're guessing 1080p, although that's not confirmed. 1080p docked anyway. And this time around, we also know that you will be able to play with motion controls or traditional controls. So if you were someone who skipped over Skyward Sword on the Wii because you didn't like the idea of being of having to use motion controls, then this time around you'll be able to use traditional controls. You'll use now you might be thinking, how does that work? Because you had to swing the sword in certain directions to attack certain enemies. Well, you're going to use the right joystick to angle your sword swings, so that will let you match the directions that you need to swing in. So you can do that handheld or docked if you want traditional controls, but the motion controls are still there, with your left hand being the shield and the right hand being the sword. So yeah, the best of both worlds. We'll see how well the Skyward Sword Wii Motion Plus controls map to the Joy-Con. Nintendo says the enhanced computing power of the Switch and the Joy-Con makes for smoother processing of your movements. We shall see if that is true or not. But yeah, July 16th it comes out, and if you are looking to celebrate the game even more, a special pair of Skyward Sword-inspired Joy-Con are coming out as well on the same day. So look forward to that. Another brand new reveal, which I'm very excited about because it's been quite some time, is Mario Golf Super Rush, a brand new Mario Golf game. And most importantly, this one has a story mode, which is something people have been begging for in Mario Golf games for years now. I don't remember what the last Mario Golf game was that had a story mode, but this one is bringing that feature back.
Mario Golf?
Yes.
Wow. What a hole.
So you'll have a story mode, you have online multiplayer mode, you also have a new thing called Speed Golf, which has players hitting the ball towards the hole as quickly as they can and then running across the golf course to try and complete a hole first. And you also throw in some power-ups in there, so you'll be able to hit other players with power-ups as you're running from hole to hole.
Running from hole
This comes out
to
June
hole.
25th, and it's also important to note this, as well as Skyward Sword, offers traditional controls or motion controls. So if you actually want to swing the Joy-Con like a golf club, you can do that. Or you can just sit comfortably and play the game with buttons. Yes?
This is a new game. This isn't remake of a Wii U thing?
This is
Or
a brand new golf game. Yes, not a remake of any other Mario golf game. No Mario golf game on the Wii U, but there was Wii Sports Golf eventually came over. But yeah, brand new.
I just wanted to make sure that it was new, because that's cool that they're using motion controls. They don't do that as much as they should anymore.
Yeah, I was disappointed that PGA Tour 2K21 on Switch doesn't use motion controls. I thought for sure they would let you use motion controls on the Switch with that, but they didn't. That's a great golf game on the Switch, but it's traditional controls only. But one of my favorite things about the golf games on the Wii was using the motion controls. So it's nice to see that both options are here. I don't think it should be one over the other. I certainly think they should have both, and that's what they're doing here. So I'm excited. June 25th, that comes out. We also got another new reveal in Project Triangle Strategy, which is a new tactical RPG from Square Enix, which will most likely be published by Nintendo. A character's attack range is determined by their location and their equipped weapons, so it is imperative to survey the battlefield before acting. Additionally, and this is the interesting part, the decisions made will affect how the story unfolds and which characters will join your cause. So you enter like a courtroom scene, and there's the scales of justice, and basically you make a decision and tip the scales one way or the other, and it determines the fate of the people in the kingdom and the kingdom itself and what you do. So it's a pretty cool idea. I honestly really like that idea. And if you want to learn more about this RPG, which will be, as far as we know, Switch exclusive, you can try out a free demo on the Switch eShop right now, and Square Enix will be sending out a survey afterwards to gauge your interest, see what you think needs fixing, and see what you really like, which is something they've been doing with all of their games lately, especially Switch exclusive games. They'll put out a demo, they'll let people play it, they'll give you a survey, and they'll adjust the feedback, and then usually they'll put out another demo to show you what they've adjusted based on your feedback, and then they're very vocal about what they adjusted based on the feedback as well. So it's a cool thing that they got going with the Switch. I really appreciate that. So yeah, I believe this is a 2022 game as well. So enjoy the demo now, because you're gonna have to wait quite a while for the full game. Finally, we are getting a Star Wars game on the Switch. A new Star Wars game, I should say, because there's other Star Wars games. Star Wars Hunters is coming to the Switch. It's a squad-based...
You underestimate the power of the dark side.
You want to bump up the volume by 1 on that? Yep, you got it. Star Wars Hunters...
The force is strong with this one.
It's a squad-based online multiplayer game. Build a team from a cast of unique and all-new Star Wars characters, from daring bounty hunters to heroes of the rebellion and Imperial stormtroopers. Face off against each other in squads in arenas based on iconic Star Wars settings. It takes place between Star Wars Return of the Jedi and Star Wars The Force Awakens. This is a free-to-play Star Wars game, and it launches in 2021. So it's taking the Fortnite approach. So, I mean, I like Fortnite. I like squad-based online games. I like free games, so I'm all about it. We only got a quick teaser trailer that doesn't really show anything. So we need another trailer to really see what the gameplay is like, but we can understand what the basics are based on this description. So yeah, 2021 sometime.
You know, real quick, I just wanted to say, I was thinking, like, I wouldn't be into this because I didn't like Metroid Prime Hunters, and it's kind of like with Metroid Prime, you know, I'm looking for a Metroid game, and with Star Wars, I think I'm looking for a certain game. So when I heard Star Wars Hunters, I was like, oh man, like, is this going to be some crappy like what they described, like some 4-on-4 something. But you know what? Like, I play games like that, like Fortnite. I enjoy, like you said. So why can't I separate the IP from whatever the game is? You know, why can't I just be like, you know what? Who cares that it says Star Wars? Why can't I separate my fanboyism from that and just, you know, play the game? Who knows? Like, it could be fun whether or not it's Star Wars. Why do you care that it's a 4-player thing? Sorry, I had this existential thing in 30 seconds while I was listening to you talk about this.
So are you going to try it, or are you not going to try it?
Well, we don't know much about it yet, do we? We only know the name of it and kind of
we know
what it is.
Yeah, what we know is that it's a squad-based online multiplayer game. where you face off against other squads in arenas. So it sounds exactly like Fortnite.
So I would say yes, because it's free, like you said.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's Star Wars. Let's give it a shot. You never know. I'd be curious to know if it's coming to other systems, because I am a graphics whore. But I think as of right now, I would play. If they showed a little gameplay, you know me, I'd probably be like, heck no. But they didn't show that, so like my imagination's running wild.
Right now, we're cautiously optimistic. Yeah, I think the only other platforms that were announced so far were mobile, but that's it. I don't know if it's coming to other platforms. The best part is you play Fortnite, which has Star Wars characters in it.
Well, hey man, don't ask me to explain it. If I can't explain it, no one can.
Don't try to make sense of it.
But yeah.
Yeah, we'll see more about that later this year because it's coming out this year. We got a news section on Monster Hunter Rise. They showed the Rampage story event, but we all know about Monster Hunter Rise. Comes out March 26th. We are not far off. We found out that Miitopia is getting a port from the 3DS to the Switch. It comes out May 21st, so it's not that far off. A lot of people skipped over Miitopia on the 3DS because they had decided they were done with the 3DS, and now that game is coming over to the Switch for a second shot. I went over to Nintendo's official YouTube channel to look at the separate trailer for Miitopia on their channel to see what I thought would be plenty of downvotes, but I was completely wrong. It was very heavily aimed, or it was very heavily weighted to thumbs up rather than thumbs down, way more than I thought. So I think this is a case of people liking Mii's and being like, oh, Nintendo hasn't done Mii's since the Wii, and now we get this new game on the Switch. They don't even know it came out on the 3DS. So whatever, it's being positively thumbs upped on YouTube, so that's a good thing.
What's funny is I'm in the same exact boat as all those people. I had no idea the game existed. I saw it and I was like, you know, what a cool idea. I can't wait to play this with 3 of my friends and our Mii's. And I mean, we all know how that turned out, but it's funny. It's funny that like, I fall right into that category. I'm that person that you advertise to that will see an image and go for it, or hear that there's blast processing and go for it. I'm just that person.
Well, I mean, we're 10 plus years after the Wii, so that nostalgia for Wii is hitting, and people want that kind of stuff, and they see Mii's and they think Wii, which isn't wrong. It's just the game existed on 3DS. And also, just to be clear, I know Dew knows this, but I just want to be clear for everybody listening. This is a single-player RPG. It's not a multiplayer experience, but just making that clear. Speaking of multiplayer experiences, we got the reveal of Knockout City on Switch, which is something we didn't know existed, and I think it looks really awesome. It's coming out May 21st. It's published by EA and developed by Velen, which is the same company that made Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. This is a epic dodgeball battle. It's online, obviously. It's score-based. You catch, pass, dodge, and tackle your way to dodgeball dominance. So it's at its core a dodgeball game, but I would say it's taken like the Strikers approach to dodgeball. So everybody has like powered up moves that can do, like, there's explosive dodgeballs and sticky dodgeballs and stuff like that. The gameplay, hello Aloe Wolf, looks really cool. I'm down for it. I like the idea of like a 4v4. I think it's 4v4 multiplayer dodgeball game. I think it looks really cool. So check out that trailer. There's plenty of gameplay footage out there too. And we know Velen is a developer that A, does really good work, and B, knows their way around the Switch. So 2 good things right there. Continuing with the multiplayer focus, the long-standing rumored game has finally been confirmed for Switch. Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout is coming over to Switch. So the game has only been available on PC and PlayStation 4, but now it is moving over to Switch, opening up to a whole new player base. So I know, I don't know actual numbers, so I shouldn't say many, but I know that people who played Fall Guys have moved on, and they're not too interested in it. But on the Switch, no one has played this game. So that's 80 million plus people who have not had access to Fall Guys on Switch, at least. I'm sure they have other platforms where they can play it. But look at Among Us. Among Us was on mobile for free and PC for a long time, and Among Us is still topping the charts on the Switch. So it goes to show, when Fall Guys comes out, I would imagine it's going to top the charts for a few weeks, because it was a hugely popular game, and this will be an injection of all new players. It comes out summer 2020 on the Switch. One of the, I'm not going to say surprising, Interesting, I'll say.
Wait a minute. Summer 2020?
Summer 2021. Sorry.
Let's not relive
Going
summer
back in time.
2020.
One of the more interesting reveals is just because it's so odd is DC Superhero Girls Teen Power. This is coming to the Switch, and the reason it's strange is because it's being published by Nintendo, but it certainly doesn't seem like it's developed by Nintendo. And if you go to Nintendo's website, it does not list a developer. So there's some mystery going on here.
Is the game fun?
I don't know, Reggie. We'll find out. I emailed my Nintendo rep to try and find out who the developer is, and he said, I'll try and get you an answer. I have not heard back from him yet. He said it was probably going to be hard to get that information, and I'm guessing we might not hear anything until an official announcement is made. But yeah, I don't know why Nintendo is publishing this, and I don't know who the developer is. We don't have answers to either of those questions. But in the game, it's based on the hit Cartoon Network show, by the way. You play as Batgirl, Supergirl, and Wonder Woman as they are teenagers who must overcome high school while saving the city.
Overcome high school?
That's what it says.
We've all overcome high school.
As your teenage alter ego, explore Metropolis, show off your selfies from around the city on your in-game Superstar Post account, or rebuild a rundown part of the city. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not familiar with the cartoon, so I don't know, but I'm familiar with DC. Again, that comes out June 4th. We got the surprise reveal of 2 games I never thought would get localized, and I'm extremely happy they are. These are Nintendo titles, by the way. Famicom Detective Club, The Missing Heir, and Famicom Detective Club, The Girl Who Stands Behind. These are 2 titles that came out on the Famicom 30 plus years ago that Nintendo was remaking for the Switch. We knew they were remaking them in Japan, but they're getting localized for the first time ever, and with brand new graphics too. This English text fully modernized for the Switch. Twists, turns, and drama await at every corner in both suspense-filled games. These are very classic style adventure games. So back in the day, like oh god damn it, Kirby, you can help me here. What are the name of those games on the NES?
What's a Shadow Gate?
Yes. They're not as the Shadow Gate and Deja Vu.
Deja Vu, I was going to say too. Yeah.
And there's one we're forgetting.
I always forget the other one. Yeah.
But
I know what you mean.
You get the idea.
Yeah.
It's in that style, except there's much less in the way of point and clicking, but it is adventure, as in you're going around from location to location and trying to solve a mystery. So I'm down for this. I'm really excited. You can get both games individually, or you can get them together.
Are you DTF? Down to Famicom?
I'm down to Famicom. You can get them together in a bundle. They come out May 14th. As far as we know, these are digital only. I haven't seen anything about a physical release at this time. I know there's a physical release in Japan, and now people are wondering if that Japanese release is going to have an English translation, as in you could import the Japanese physical version and still play it. I don't know. Knowing Nintendo, probably not. But May 14th, you'll be able to get the English version. So look forward to that. Man, I'm really excited about those two. I haven't played those kind of games in a long time because they don't really make too many of them. But I'm down. Apex Legends, as we know, is coming to the Switch March 9th. They just did a recap of that. Now remember, that is free, and anybody who jumps in the game on Switch will receive a new Legendary Pathfinder skin and 30 free levels for Season 8, because Season 8 started a couple weeks ago. You can also earn double XP when you play on the Switch for 2 weeks after launch, so you can get caught up with everybody. One of EA's worst kept secrets is finally official. We've been telling you that this game was coming to Switch for over half a year now, but now it's official. Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville is coming over, but this is the complete edition. It's the wackiest shooter yet. Party with up to 3 friends and goof around in Giddy Park, or dive into some 8v8 multiplayer in Turf Takeover. Prepare to battle solo or online in multiplayer in a plant on zombie conflict that will take you to the outer edges of Neighborville and back again. It comes out March 19th. I have never played a Plants vs. Zombies game, not even the original. I just have not. I know this is more of a shooter, or like a tower defense shooter or something like that, but I have not played them.
Yeah, me neither.
What are we doing, Kirby?
I don't know.
Living.
I was probably just distracted by something else. That's what usually happens.
Rayman Run.
I've played the first one and the second one. They're fun.
Well, there you go. Dude's stamp of approval. The beloved JRPG classic from Square Enix, Legend of Mana, is returning. It is coming to the Switch on June 24th with remastered HD graphics, rearranged music, and additional features. Experience the timeless story of the Legend of Mana if you never have before on June 24th. I never have. I know about the game, but I've never played it. Outer Wilds, the multi-award-winning, highly acclaimed Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds is coming to the Switch. You're the newest member of Outer Wilds Ventures, a fledgling space program searching for answers in a strange, constantly changing solar system. Pilot a spaceship to visit planets packed with remnants of an extinct advanced civilization across locations that change with the passage of time. That comes out on Switch this summer. If you're looking for something more action-packed, you can look forward to Samurai Warriors 5, the latest entry in the Samurai Warriors series coming to the Switch with revamped character designs and a vibrant illustrated art style. This comes to the Switch summer 2021. A game we knew was coming to the Switch but didn't know was getting localized has been confirmed. World's End Club, from the creator of the Danganronpa series as well as the Zero Escape series, which Kirby is familiar with, as am I. This is his new game. You and 11 others, known as the Go-Getters Club, set off on a captivating journey across Japan and experience an adventure that blends side-scrolling action with suspenseful narrative. Comes out on the Switch May 28th. Animal Crossing New Horizons is getting its Super Mario Bros. 35th anniversary update on February 25th. But the Mario content isn't available until March 1st. What do you get? The Super Mushroom, the question mark block, and other pieces, or the warp pipe and other pieces of Mario furniture and decorations to set up on your island or your house, whatever. That's coming out, and that is free. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is getting a expansion pass, so more DLC is on the way. What do we got here? Newly added characters, stages, and more are all on their way, with the first wave coming in June and the second hitting in November. You can purchase this expansion pass today, starting today, for $20 and get both waves of DLC. And you can get an additional in-game weapon and costume for Link as a purchase bonus starting on May 28th. Again, we've said that is the best-selling Warriors game of all time in the entire franchise, not spin-offs, just the whole franchise. So there's 3 million plus people there who can buy this DLC and get all new adventures. So, man, that game is fun. I cannot stress how much fun that game is. And now we have more content to look forward to. Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection. We got confirmation that game has local co-op, which we didn't know before. So now you can bring someone along for the quote unquote fun, the torture. And again, that comes out February 25th. Capcom Arcade Stadium is available now. We've talked all about that. It's just a collection of classic Capcom arcade games. We finally got a release date for No More Heroes 3. It comes out August 27th, 2021. As the crass beam katana-wielding assassin Travis Touchdown, you'll fight your way to the top of the superhero ranking tournament to save the world. But wait, you'll also battle aliens? With a new and improved Death Glove, you'll have access to a variety of deadly skills that can be customized and upgraded before each match. Suda loves paying respects to the platforms he develops games for. And he's doing that again with No More Heroes 3 because Travis is wearing a glove that looks like the Joy-Con, which is the new Death Glove. And then there's other little nods in there. But yes, all the crazy action on No More Heroes 3 comes to Switch August 27th. Oh, man, I'm excited for that. Neon White was announced, and this is coming from Annapurna, who's done some really cool stuff for Switch. And this game was created by the same guy who did Donut County, which is an award-winning game. Neon White is a lightning-fast first-person action game about exterminating demons in heaven. You play as White,
of course,
an assassin handpicked from hell to compete with other demon slayers for a chance to live permanently in heaven.
You know what this sounds like?
What?
Spicy, meatball!
Other assassins seem familiar, though. Did you know them in a past life? I'm down for this game, man. It comes to the Switch in the winter. Kirby, do you know the name of the voice actor who played Spike Spiegel?
Yes, his name is Steve Blum, I believe.
That is the man who's voicing the main character in Neon White. He narrates the trailer too. That guy,
Okay.
I love that guy's voice.
He's in so much stuff. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
He was
I
in.
guess, most people know him as Spike Spiegel.
Yeah, he's Tom on Toonami as well. He was
Yeah.
he was in a whole bunch of episodes of Regular Show too. I forget the name of his character in Regular Show, but he knew Skips. It was a friend of Skips.
But yeah, he's everywhere.
Yeah, he does
He's
a ton of
one of
stuff.
those guys.
He's got such a unique voice. Like, there's no way you don't recognize him. He doesn't really do other voices. It's just his voice, and that's but it's so good.
And he's a really like normal looking guy. I saw like
Yes.
yeah, I just saw like he's wearing like a baseball cap or something. He's like a perfectly average looking
Yeah,
person.
it's not what you'd expect from the voice. But yeah, that comes to Switch winter 2021. Bravely Default 2 is right around the corner. The final demo is out right now. February 26th it launches. Tales from the Borderlands, which we knew was coming to Switch thanks to an early rating. It was confirmed during this Nintendo Direct. It comes out March 24th. Stubbs the Zombie returns in a classic adventure. Stubbs the Zombie in Rebel Without a Pulse is coming to the Switch on March 16th. I know lots of people have been clamoring for that series to make a return. Well, here you go. The classic. I think this was the first installment. Is coming to the Switch March 16th. Hades is getting a physical release on the Switch. This physical version comes with a PC download code for the Hades original soundtrack, as well as a 32-page full-color character compendium. It features portraits of the game's vibrant cast of gods, ghosts, and monsters. And then obviously the game itself on a game card, not a download code. If you want to get the physical copy of Hades, you can grab it very soon. It's coming out March 19th. We saw Saga Frontier Remastered, which is coming to the Switch on April 15th, another classic Square Enix game. 8 captivating journeys in this remastered version of the classic RPG. Travel through a stunning sci-fi world with any of these protagonists, each with their own goals and stories. With a new playable character, scintillating battles, and new events, Saga Frontier Remastered is an adventure not to be missed. And then finally, on June 10th, another game that's been rumored for years for the Switch and is finally confirmed. Ninja Gaiden Master Collection is coming over. This is 3 action-packed entries in the acclaimed Ninja Gaiden series, all in one. So it's the more recent 3, not the original NES 3. It's the Xbox and then onward games. All 3 of those one package in the Ninja Gaiden Master Collection. Again, that comes out June 10th. There you go. Woo, that is the whole Nintendo Direct. That was everything that was shown. Hello, Pratt Trap. Plenty of stuff in there. I went to Twitter to ask you guys what you thought of the Nintendo Direct. If I had to give it a number, I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. I liked a lot of what I saw.
This guy giving numbers.
There were some fun surprises in there. Obviously, I wanted more details on Breath of the Wild 2 or something Metroid related, although Metroid related was expected to not be there based on where it is in its development timeline. And then Bayonetta 3 you would hope for, and there was nothing in there, blah, blah, blah. Just stuff that, anything that comes with the hype machine. You're like, oh, I hope they talk about this, that, and the other thing, and they don't.
Something is looming.
But it wasn't ever teased or anything like that by Nintendo. And the focus of this Direct was the first half of the year. They did sprinkle in some other things in there, but that's usually what Nintendo does. They say the focus of this Direct will be the next 6+ months, and then they'll do a couple other things in there that aren't related to that. But again, the focus is what they say it is. Well, hello, Captain. Glad you could join us too. So yeah, I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. But I went to Twitter, like I said, to talk to you guys to see what you thought of it. And I put out a poll, and the poll said, now that we've had a few hours since the Nintendo Direct dust has settled, let's run a poll. How'd you feel about the Direct? And your options on the poll were, it was bad, it was okay, it was good, it was great. It was bad got 10% of the vote. It was okay got 39.7% of the vote. It Was Good got 34.3% of the vote, and It Was Great got 15.7% of the vote. So the winner was It Was Okay by roughly 5%. But like I said, It Was Good is right behind it. That is 3,014 votes. So thank you, everybody who voted in that poll. There's the general consensus of the Direct. It's sometimes hard to wait. It's the internet and it's commentary and it's everybody saying everything. And if somebody might watch a Direct and be like, there was no Metroid, this sucked. And then they think everything in the show sucks. But it seems that
like when somebody gives a bad rating on a product because it arrived in a box that was beat up.
Yes. But it seems like everybody,
I don't know. Okay got the most votes, and I think you should go with that. I think it was just okay.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with okay. Okay's not bad. Okay's not great. It's okay. It was okay. Like I would say the Sonic movie was okay. I didn't dislike it. I didn't love it. It was okay.
It was just maybe like...
I was thinking of the... I was thinking of the caveman. The Nintendo Direct was... I guess that's more bad than okay.
Mummy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a mummy. Sorry.
So this is the Sonic the Hedgehog movie of Nintendo Direct events.
I mean, if you're going by okay, then yes. Like I said, I'd give it a 7.5, but I believe that puts it closer to great, closer to good than okay for me. But overall consensus, like I said, 30+% for okay, 30+% for good. So everybody's in that ballpark. Or the majority is in that ballpark. And then there's the highs and lows of it was bad and it was great. But I think...
somewhere between and...
yes, majority. Man, we have the new one. We have the HD one.
Okay, but they're like on two totally different pages.
Man, that HD one is so good. It's so much better. There's your recap on the Direct. Plenty to talk about there. Hopefully you saw some things that you enjoyed. I know I did. Standouts for me were Mario Golf Super Rush, getting a date for No More Heroes 3, the surprise reveal Splatoon 3, Skyward Sword coming to Switch because that's one of my favorite Zelda games. I liked what I saw. You always want more. There's never been a Nintendo Direct where I'm like, they showed everything I wanted and I didn't want anything else. That's not the case. And here's the other thing I have to bring up. E3 is coming. I would imagine Nintendo's going to do something at E3 now that we're back to regular Directs. And you would guess they're going to have some bigger guns to show around then too. And again, this is just the first half of the year. So what? Nintendo doesn't have any games for the second half of the year? No. That's dumb. Of course they have games for the second half of the year. And they're going to show some of those.
No, that's dumb, and you're dumb for thinking.
They're going to show some of those at E3. What is Nintendo's big holiday game for this year? I don't know.
Just happened?
Are those rumored Pokemon remakes coming? I don't know. Is Metroid going to be ready? Probably not. Is Breath of the Wild 2 coming? I don't know. Is there a whole project we don't even know about? Yeah, probably. We're going to have to wait until E3 to find out. Oh, man. All right, Mom Brain. You got to take me to the ads. Or I'm sorry, Josh. Josh, you got to take us to the ads because we're already past the ad spot.
Oh, dear. Josh is,
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Hey, folks. It's Asif Khan, CEO, Editor-in-Chief, over there at ShackNews.com. Give a listen to the Shackcast, the official Shack News podcast of Shack News, over there on the Greenlit Podcast Network.
Hi, Stu.
Hi, Luke.
Do you fancy doing a podcast covering every segment of every episode of the beloved 90s cartoon Animaniacs?
No, I hate Animaniacs.
Join me, Luke, the Warner lover, and him, Stu, the Warner resistor, for Animani Chat, covering every segment of every episode of the hit 90s cartoon Animaniacs, as well as its many spin-offs, including comics, video games, and the movie, not to mention the recent reboot. It's gonna be explainy to the max.
Oh...
We're gonna add that guy's sound effect to the end of the to the soundboard. Oh, thanks, Mom Brain. Man, I don't even remember what else.
He's heading towards certain death.
I love having him on the soundboard. I don't even remember what the hell happened this week. There's the Nintendo Direct made everything such a blur. I don't know. I might skip over some things as we go, but let's see what we had. Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury was the number one game on the weekly UK software charts, and it launched almost 3 times bigger than the original release, which is certainly good to hear because that was on the Wii U, and the Wii U didn't do so hot. It's the third biggest Mario launch on a Switch, putting it behind Super Mario Odyssey and Super Mario 3D All-Stars, which makes a lot of sense. The Pandalorian says every Wii U port gets a deserved second chance on successful hardware like Switch and crushes it. That's more or less it, though, for the Wii U ports, I'd imagine. All the major first-party games have gotten ported over to Switch, and those that didn't got full sequels, like Mario Maker 2, Smash, Animal Crossing, and Paper Mario. Yeah, I agree. I think that's going to be it, minus whatever that Kirby game was, which I really liked, which was very different. I don't remember what that was called. Somebody in the chat will know.
Epic Yarn.
Nope. Kirby and
Rainbow Curse.
No.
Mass Attack.
Was it Rainbow Curse?
That's what Nader Die says, and then Colma said Mass Attack.
No, was that on the? That wasn't on the Wii U, right?
Don't look at me.
Colma says Rainbow Curse was the bad one on the Wii U. Colma, I would say Rainbow Curse was the good one on the Wii U, but I just want to point this out. Colma's favorite game is Ball and Wonderworld. So, yeah, it's good to see Super Mario 3D World doing well. Not surprising though. Nintendo's president says that the Switch is around the middle of its lifespan right now. This is Mr. Shuntaro Furukawa talking about the Switch. He says, quote, as the Switch enters its 5th year on the market, one of our focal points is ensuring it has a long life cycle. It's very important for us that customers continue to enjoy playing their Switch. This includes Switch owners who bought the console at launch, all the way through to those who bought it with recent releases like Animal Crossing. It's about providing new gameplay experiences for all Switch owners. We need to keep in mind that the console base will continue to expand, as well as the types of games that have already been released for the system. I always say that the Switch is around the middle stage of its life cycle. We're able to offer a wide variety of different games because the Switch is both a home and portable console, but there's much more that can still be done in the coming years. Typical Nintendo. We got more coming. We're not going to tell you what it is, and we'll tell you when we're ready. That's it. Shillelagh quotes part of what Mr. Furukawa said, and he says, that sounds very much like there will be a new model Switch, but they won't abandon current owners. The current Switch models could play the base game, while the Switch Pro could make improvements like better graphics, higher resolutions, higher frame rates, maybe longer battery life, and a higher resolution screen, perhaps even a larger screen, maybe more apps. Eventually, it might have some exclusive, more technical games. They've done it before with previous consoles and handhelds. Yeah, I mean, previous hardware revisions when it comes to portables had exclusive games, but I would say you could count the number of those games on one hand, 2 at most. And I even think that's a stretch. So you'll have like a few games that you can only get on those systems, but by and large, everything is available on all versions of the platform. So if a Switch Pro does come, 99% of the games will be on Switch Pro, Switch, and Switch Lite. But that's all just speculation on Nintendo's actually going ahead with the Switch Pro, which most of us think they will, but who knows? Reggie Fils-Aime talked about how he was at ease when he retired from Nintendo because he knew the Switch had put them in a good position. He had an interview with our friends at Gamertag Radio where he shared this tidbit. He says how he wasn't surprised about the Switch's success. And again,
my body is ready.
Put his mind at ease. He says, no, the Switch's success was not a surprise to me. And I say this because the first time I saw the DS, the hair on the back of my neck stood up. The team was demoing an early prototype of what will become Nintendogs. Immediately, I saw the potential. The first time I picked up a Wii remote and played, again, a rudimentary experience that would become Wii Sports, I knew it was going to be magical. The day that I sat down with Mr. Iwata and held a prototype Switch and we talked about the concept, I knew it was going to be magical. And I say this because the system was solving for a key player complaint. And the complaint is, I'm having fun, I'm playing my game, and now I need to stop because I got to go to work or I got to go to school and I can't take my game with me. I can't continue playing that game. So Switch, with the opportunity to play on that big screen TV and then take it out of the dock and go play in handheld, it met a fundamental consumer desire. That was the triggering moment. There were so many other smart things the company did. The support for Unity and Unreal, which allowed all the great independent content to come. A number of other key decisions. But no, it's not a surprise. And candidly, knowing that it was going to be successful is what helped me make my retirement decision. Is what helped make my retirement decision easy. Because I knew the company was going to be in great shape for at least a few years. Well, man, now I wish the company wasn't in great shape because maybe Reggie would still be here. I gotta say, Reggie was a larger-than-life Nintendo character, and Doug Bowser is not that. I don't care that your name is Bowser. Yes, that's great, real funny, but what have you done for me lately, Doug Bowser? I haven't seen you shoot lasers out of your eyeballs. I haven't seen you wear the Virtual Boy. I haven't seen you... shoot fireballs at people in the crowd. Like, Doug Bowser doesn't do anything. Where's my Doug Bowser funny moments?
When is he going to start kicking ass and taking names?
Yeah, damn it. When is he going to do that? I think Reggie was perfect when it came to lame humor. He was more than willing to embrace all that stuff and just be stupid because it was endearing. And I don't know if Doug Bowser has that in him. Like, I don't know who makes the decisions at Nintendo where they were like, put Reggie in this video or make Reggie do this, but they're not doing that with Doug. Like, we don't really see Doug. We saw Doug in one Nintendo video once, and that was it.
So like Doug.
Doug was hanging out with real Bowser, and he had no personality. And Reggie had a personality. Reggie, he was a terrible actor. He was silly. He was goofy, but that's what made it great. Doug is just like that, a wet fart. I'm willing to change my opinion.
Poor Doug, I hope he doesn't listen to this.
I'm willing to change.
Yeah, jeez,
I'm just being honest.
Can you imagine being called a wet fart?
All right, let me take another stance here. Reggie Fils-Aime is a very hard act to follow. So I'd imagine...
Is Reggie a dry fart?
Well, what's the best kind of fart?
Dry and not smelly. Loud, dry, and not smelly.
Reggie is the loud, dry, and smelly fart.
Not smelly.
Or not smelly fart.
Right.
Yeah, Doug Bowser has some very big shoes to fill. I just don't know if he's the right type of person to do it. I'm willing to change my opinion. Maybe he'll be in something at E3 where I'll be like, oh, okay, now I get it. But yeah, like Miyamoto has a personality, and Iwata had a personality, and Reggie had a personality, but I haven't had anything from Doug, and we rarely see the guy. Nintendo fans lost a major figurehead and a major source of memes. There were so many Reggie memes, and we don't have any
source of memes.
Well, I know it.
My body is ready.
I know it's stupid to say, but that helps the community come together. Like, it's something for all the fans to latch onto and have fun with. And we don't have that with Doug Bowser because we don't see the guy and he doesn't do anything. I'm not saying he doesn't do his job or doesn't do his job well, but Reggie leaving, Nintendo fans lost something to latch onto. We don't have that.
Gee, it sure is boring around
We don't have
here.
that face of the company. Somebody to, like, you're like, yeah, Reggie's my guy. Like, nobody says that about Doug Bowser. They're just like, oh, there's Doug Bowser. Bum, 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 bum.
You didn't even need it to be played, did you?
Oh, no. I'm willing to change my opinion, like I said, but so far.
He doesn't give you the...
Wow! No wow factor. Not yet. Giant Reggie says, he said Wii U, more like PU. There you go. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. Reggie talked about his favorite moments being at Nintendo and like his favorite memes, but we don't need to do that because I just went over all of them. He likes the same ones we like. Kicking ass, taking names. My body's ready. The game is fun. All that good stuff. We don't need to do that. Yeah, we'll do this. Nintendo's president also talked about a successor to the Switch. And as you know, the day Nintendo launches a piece of hardware, they're working on the next piece of hardware. That's something they've always said. And Mr. Furukawa talked a little bit about that. He says, the hardware and software development teams are in the same building, communicating closely and thinking about how we can propose new forms of entertainment. In order to create a single piece of hardware, we have to do a lot of preparation several years in advance, so we are working without stopping. In the end, the deciding factor in whether or not to commercialize a product is whether it can create a new experience. The most important thing for us is to continue to provide new and interesting games. The basis of Nintendo's game creation is to make it as intuitive as possible for anyone to play. We want to lower the barriers to play and create many games that can be played by as many people as possible, including family members, through communication. And then he goes on to say, you know, this is a hit-driven business, and we got a lot of hits, but none of them are guaranteed. So sometimes we have really successful years, and sometimes we don't have successful years, and that's it. He's like, I can't tell you, yeah, this is going to be a hit because we do market research and we think we know what people like and we think we have ideas that people have never seen that they're going to latch onto, but who the hell knows? Something could be a hit, something could be a flop. So he's like, there's always that ebb and flow, which is very true. Link Triforce says, all good stuff. I'm getting more and more confident in Furukawa. He does seem to fit in with Nintendo's company and understand Nintendo's philosophy and values. Iwata will forever be seen as a great loss, not just for Nintendo, but the whole industry, and was absolutely key in Nintendo's return to success with the Wii. No one can ever replace him, but at least Nintendo still appears to be in good hands. Yeah, I like Furukawa. I like the things that he says. He's certainly more business-minded, or I should say business forward in his discussions than Iwata was. Iwata talked more as a developer because that's how he started out. And Iwata was a huge loss for Nintendo and Nintendo fans. But yeah, it seems like Furukawa definitely has the same ideas instilled in him that were in Iwata. And he also understands that he said before in interviews, like, I'm the business guy. The developers make the games, and I don't question
I'm the business
them.
guy.
Well, he's like, I'm not going to go to a game developer and be like, make this level different or make this thing different. He's like, that's not what I do. I don't have that vision. I don't see those things. He's like, I'm a credit in the games because I'm the guy that runs the place, but I'm not the one that makes the game. So I let them do what they're going to do. So I respect that. Yeah, I like Furukawa.
I have spoken.
There was a rumor that Toadette may have been playable in Super Mario 3D World at some point because someone went, oh God, no. Oh no.
It's the Tweagle. It's the Tweagle. It's the Tweagle. It's the Tweagle.
The
Twelkin. Mom Brain has picked the story about Toadette
I mean, I really
possibly being playable in Super Mario 3D World.
I just want to hear what people have to say about Toadette.
To read the tweet for. Today's tweet comes from It's Hayden on Twitter, and It's Hayden says, it's actually really weird to be playing 3D World without Toadette because I'm so used to her in Mario Maker. There you go. An honest to goodness tweet that made sense. That was an actual reply to the story, which is something we rarely get on Twitter. Yeah, data miners went digging through Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury on Switch, and they found a line of dialogue for Toadette that made her sound like she would be playable in the game. That's what characters say when you play as them, but obviously, she's not playable in the game. So either she was playable at some point and I yanked her, or she will be playable at some point in the future, which is wishful thinking because I doubt this game will get any like DLC updates. But but yes, Peach is in there and playable, as is Toad and Luigi and Mario and Rosalina, but no Toadette, unfortunately. But at some time, she was at least considered. JD says, I still find it fascinating that Toadette has become a playable character in mainstream Mario games, but Daisy has not. I mean, I understand she's just a clone of Toad, and Toad has become common playable character, but still, it's weird, right? Well, JD, I'm sorry. The thing is, no one likes Toadette.
Look what Joe Shabadoo just said. I'm not reading that.
I can't read that out loud. I'm only saying no one likes Toadette because hello Mars Borrow, because PC was in the chat earlier, but I don't think she's here now to defend Toadette. So she's missing, or to defend Rose. God damn it, Daisy. So
I was wondering why you said that.
nobody likes Daisy, so they put Toadette in there. But nobody.
Come on, everyone likes Daisy because she always tells you who she is. In case you forgot.
Oh, PC's here now. I was going to say nobody likes Toadette, but they still like Toadette better than Daisy. But Kirby does make a good point. She does always tell you who she is. Hi, I'm Daisy.
Hi, I'm Daisy.
What are Daisy's qualities? Well, she's
Daisy.
She's not afraid to let you know who she is. But yeah, Toadette maybe at some point will or was. Daisy, just forget it. No chance. We don't need to do that. Nintendo did share a very quick tidbit about Breath of the Wild 2 during their Nintendo Direct. First off, they apologized because they said they didn't have anything new to share, which people were hoping, but at least they said, listen, we ain't got
Gee, it sure is boring around here.
But they did say this. This came from Al Newman, EJA Numa. He said, development on the game is progressing smoothly, and Nintendo hopes to share more details on the game later this year. I wonder if there's some sort of event coming up later this year.
I just wonder what Ganon's up to.
We might get a look at Skyward, or at Breath of the Wild 2. I wonder if there's something where that big news would make sense. The Pandalorian says, "Oh, Al Newman, you filthy tease. Guess I'll replay Breath of the Wild again this year. Not that I mind." Well, there you go. Yeah, people are still playing Breath of the Wild and discovering new things and modding the game and making it do all kinds of weird things. Like somebody just beat Breath of the Wild with their feet. They played the game with their feet.
That's very cool.
It's very smelly. It's very sweaty.
You don't know that.
Sweaty feet. Come on, you get nervous in the game, your hands get sweaty, your feet have to get sweaty.
I mean, not everyone has foul feet like me.
Just because they sweat doesn't mean they're foul. I mean, I think everybody's feet sweat.
Mine just...
Now, if you were picturing playing a game with your feet, how would it work?
I would be sitting in a chair and the controller would be on the floor.
Yes.
And I would have like a wedge set up so that like my toes hung over the edge and I on the controller.
Your toes would hang over the edge onto the controller? Not what I was thinking. Because I was finding out this guy that plays was using his toes and the heels of his feet. So I guess he was heeling the joystick to move around. Yeah, right. Yeah, you would use the heel on the joystick and then your toes for the buttons on the right-hand side. Yeah, I guess so.
You're like middle toes.
Now, the real question is, who uses those controllers afterwards? Do you wear socks? Is it better for grip?
You'd fat finger if you had socks. You know, the web would like...
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. What if you have those socks with the individual toes, though? They're not that gross.
That is disgusting. Can I tell you that one time at school, this is so bad. One time at school, I was like I think I was wearing like an old pair of running shoes that I had retired from running, but like, you know, they were still in like decent shape. And I was having this like horrible pain all alongside the outside of my foot. And at like 2:00 in the afternoon, I had finally had enough. So I sat down and like took off my shoe and my sock. And I had a MFing beard hair wrapped around my pinky toe so tight that it had cut off circulation and caused me so much pain.
Whose beard hair was it?
Well, that's a great question.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't.
No
maybe
way.
It was one of my 3rd grade students' beard hairs.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe another teacher at school. I don't know. Nothing can be proven.
You think it was Chuck's?
Do you still have the hair?
I don't know.
Do you?
No.
Well, then we'll never know whose hair it was.
Probably like threw it in the garbage or just threw it on the floor.
Well, you could have had the answer, but
I almost went to the nurse to like be like, am I going to be okay?
Am I going to be okay because I had a hair in my sock?
No. Wrapped around a toe.
Yeah. I get it.
The
you really think
circulation.
you're going to worry? You're going to lose a toe over that?
It could happen.
It does happen to infants, but I don't think, Mom Brain, I'm just saying, I don't think you have anything to worry about.
Infant beards.
It was really upsetting.
Well, I'm glad you
I was so
survived
upset.
it, Mom Brain.
I
I'm
was so
happy you're
upset.
here with us, all of your toes intact. We have more Zelda news, but this is a rumor. But the rumor comes from some notable sources.
Michaels.
Eurogamers Tom Phillips and Video Game Chronicles Andy Robinson both took to Twitter to say that they know for sure that Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD are coming to the Switch as well. So if you were like, Skyward Sword, that's fine, or Skyward Sword, that's great, or Skyward Sword, I don't care. I want Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD. Because those games are trapped on the Wii U right now. Well, these two say that they're coming to the Switch this year. And the speculation is that Nintendo doesn't want to talk about Zelda 35th anniversary content until the Mario anniversary ends, which ends at the end of March. So after March is
April.
June. Well, yes, also. And June is E3. So maybe they'll do some announcements before that. I don't know. But yeah, I would imagine after March and the Mario stuff wraps up, they'll talk about the Zelda plans that they have, because I'm sure they have more than just Skyward Sword HD. But again, it's a rumor for now, so we'll see.
It does sound like a rumor I would make up, because I do want those to come true.
We have a bit of bickering going on in the comments, so I'm not going to read that. I'll just move on to the next story. North America this week's downloads. What do we got? We got Persona 5 Strikers, Taxi Chaos, Capcom Arcade Stadium, which I want to point out is free, and you have to buy the classic arcade games individually, but you do get Ghouls and Ghosts for free and 1943 for free. Arcade Archives Thunder Cross, Anodyne 2 Return to Dust, Unshi, Astrologaster, Blackjack World Tour, Boom Blaster, Capes Escape Game Second Room, Cathedral, Craze Os, Crossbow Blood Knight, Curse of the Dead Gods, Doom and Destiny Advanced, Dry Drowning, Dinos and Ghosts. That sounds cool. Glam, Johnny Bonacera, Full Season, Knight's Retreat, Off-Road Mini Racing, Puss, with an exclamation point. Puss,
Okay.
Persephone, Rogue Heroes, Ruins of Tassos, Ski Jump Challenge, Speed Limit, the multi-award winning Thomas Was Alone. I played that and loved it. I think I played that on the PS3. What a great game that is. And there's a demo.
I heard multi-award winning Thomas, and I was like, Tom Bergeron has a game? Sorry.
Multi-award winning Tom Bergeron Was Alone is now on the Switch. And there's a demo for Project Triangle Strategy. Let's see what you say. First comment comes from Shillelagh, and he says, will Persona 5 Strikers, a spin-off at $60, sell well? Time will tell. I don't know. We'll find out. No Nikki Hill, so Josh, you're off duty this week, my friend. I guess I'll just do the European releases. In Europe, we got Azure Lane, Crosswave, Fallen Legion Revenants, Number One Crosswords, Hashtag Drive, Ace Invaders, Anodyne 2 Return to Dust, Astrologaster, Blackjack World Tour, Boom Blaster, Brutal Rage, Burger Master, Cathedral, Crazy Os, Doom and Destiny Advanced, Dinos and Ghosts, Escape Route, Final Sword Definitive Edition, Glam, ooh, Mom Brain, here you go, My Little Ice Cream Booth,
I like it.
Night Vision, Off-Road Mini Racing, Puss, Cube Cross, spelled Qubeqross, Rodent Warriors, Rodent Warriors, Ski Jump Challenge, SNK versus Capcom, the match of the millennium, Speed Limit, the award-winning Thomas Bergeron Was Alone, Void Gore, and Switch demos for Beat Me, Ghost Runner, Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, and Speed Limit. First comment comes from Donut Muffin, who says, gonna have to bleep out some of these game titles like Puss and Void Gore, so it's safe to listen at work.
We got a new bongo.
We got them. Too bad. You're getting all the curse words like Void Gore and Puss. All right, we don't need to do that because we talked about that already. There's
meow.
There's some Monster Hunter digital events coming up. If you're looking forward to the upcoming Monster Hunter games, then boy, oh boy, March is going to be good for you, because not only does Monster Hunter Rise launch then, we're getting 3 streaming events in March. On March 8th, there's a Monster Hunter digital event, which will cover all things Monster Hunter. On March 9th, there's a new Monster Hunter Rise gameplay segment, and it shows off hunting tutorials and also a director Q&A. And on March 11th, there's a Monster Hunter community live stream. So big things coming up to promote Monster Hunter Rise. And as I said, all things Monster Hunter. Shillelagh says, this should be interesting. Also, this ties in with the rumor that there will be Nintendo-related events for the next 4 weeks. There will be Pokemon-related events in the last week of February. And I think that it might end with a Zelda Direct around a week after this Monster Hunter digital event. Shillelagh is speaking for themselves. I have not heard these things, and anything that was said here is a rumor. I just want to make that clear. And then finally, today, this happened today. You might remember a little game called Dinosaur Planet that was supposed to be on the N64, made by Rare. But Dinosaur Planet got canceled for the N64 and moved over to the GameCube, where it was turned into Star Fox Adventures. So they took out the original characters from Dinosaur Planet and put in Fox and Crystal and other Star Fox characters in a Star Fox Adventure. Well, an early version of Dinosaur Planet on the N64 has hit the internet today. The group at, what the hell is their name? Give me a second. Forest of Illusion, who work to preserve video games. They bought a disc from some collector. It was a private collector in Sweden. And on this one disc was a build of Dinosaur Planet for the N64. And it actually runs on a regular N64. So if you have a flash card, you can put it on your whatever EverDrive, or whatever it's called for the 64, and actually play it on your N64. It doesn't run perfectly, and there's some lighting issues, but it does work. So you can play Star Fox Adventures launched in 2002. This build is from the N64 from 2000, and it doesn't have the original Dinosaur Planet main character model. It has Fox McCloud as the character model. So obviously the plans to move it over to a Star Fox related title were already in the works. But this is the N64 version of the game that was scrapped to move over to the GameCube. So we have tons of footage from this, which you can see in this post, to see what the N64 build was like. It's another piece of Rare and Nintendo history. Pretty cool stuff. We'll see if Nintendo starts yanking these videos down now.
I want to know who this guy in Sweden is who has all this, he's got this. Who knows what else he has?
Yeah, right?
He might not have. You framed it as he sold a disc that had this on it. So he might not even have known this was on there either. It's like,
yeah,
what else does this guy have in his collection?
The group that bought it didn't get into specifics of what else was on the disc or what the guy knew was on the disc, but they did take a picture of the disc itself. But yeah, I would imagine these guys that bought it talked to the guy in Sweden and knew that this was one of the things on the disc, and that's why they wanted to get the disc. But yeah, you can see what the early version of the game was like. Giant Reggie says, what a dynamite leak. I can see why Nintendo wanted to star Fox in this game, since the original Saber character already looks so much like him. Honestly, this opening bit of gameplay looks identical to Star Fox Adventures from what I remember. I played Star Fox Adventures once. I still own my copy. I remember enjoying it. But I forgot.
Hell yeah.
I forgot. Oh, wait, Josh, are you a fan of Star Fox Adventures?
No, not at all.
Thanks. Very cool.
Josh, are you telling me you think Star Fox Adventures is very cool?
Yes, I really did.
Man, I did not. I thought you would have crapped all over that game, Josh.
I'm a hardcore gamer.
Oh, wow. This is not an opinion I expected. Good for you, Josh.
Allow me to crap all over it for you, Josh.
Hell yeah. Well, Josh has played it. Have you played it too?
You know darn well I've played it. We had this conversation back in 2003, probably.
You did play it? I don't remember, honestly.
Why would you say that?
Yeah, I played it on your recommendation.
You played Star Fox Adventures on the GameCube?
As I do with so many games still to this day. And I have even more to complain about later today.
I'm very excited for that. I've been looking forward to it. Well, there's your top stories for the week. We got everything in there. I think we did good. We did good on time. Yeah, we'll make it work.
I'm the world's best singer.
I know, Josh. No one would ever question that fact.
My name's Josh Robot, and I'm here to say I'm the best on this podcast, far and away.
Yes,
I'm so great, and you guys suck. If you don't like that, I don't give a darn.
Thanks for the radio edit, Josh. I appreciate
Call
that.
of Duty, bro.
All right, that's that. Mom Brain, what'd you play this week?
Nothing.
Excellent. Kirby, what'd you play this week?
Well, I finished that demo for Dragon Quest 11.
Oh, did you? Hello, Guy Bones.
Yeah, it was. I think I had played for a little over 8 hours by the time it ended.
Wow.
So it might be the longest demo I've ever played for a game, which is it's funny because a few weeks ago I played a demo for what's that game? The Tourist.
Hello, T dude. Yes, the Tourist.
Yeah, and that might
With a
be,
Y.
and then with a Y, and that might actually be the shortest demo I've ever played for a game. So I have these, two extreme opposites as far as
I love that you played an 8-hour demo, and you're like, that might be the longest demo I've ever played.
Yeah, you're right. It's probably
By Ridley Serena.
I shut up for Dragon Quest 11, but I was playing it because the reason I kept playing it is because I wanted to finish it so I could free up the space on the Switch and delete it, and also and I was curious to see just how long it would keep on going. And,
did they accidentally give me the full game? But the question is, are you going to play Dragon Quest 11 now?
I don't think so. Yeah, sorry. I honestly, this is the first Dragon Quest game I've ever played.
Where does the demo end?
That's the funny thing. It's like completely random and like anticlimactic. I was just like running around, and then like a text box comes on screen and says, "This is the end of the demo."
Thanks for playing.
Yeah, I thought there's like no trailer or anything. It's funny. I also haven't really played a JRPG type game in a long time either. I think the problem with trying to make a demo out of one of those types of games is like those games are the most fun when you have like your full party and everyone's like leveled up and everything, and you have and you can all do stuff. And there isn't really a lot of that in this demo.
Yeah, I mean, if the demo starts at the beginning of the game, by the time of the end of your 8 hours happens, you still hardly scratch the surface of it.
Yeah, it's like you would have to just to like keep players from getting too confused and getting lost. You kind of have to like have set your demo during like the least interesting part of the game.
Santiago says he thinks Dragon Quest demo is on a timer. I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, it could be. I think they do a demo and make it so long for Dragon Quest because the game is so huge, but also Square Enix is trying to still figure out how the hell to get people to play Dragon Quest outside of Japan, because like I'm sure it'll happen one day, but Dragon Quest hasn't had that moment that Final Fantasy had, and hasn't had that moment that Monster Hunter had. Like those games went on for years before they broke through to like the mainstream audiences in Europe and North America, but it happened. So I'm sure it could happen with Dragon Quest at some point. There just seems to be something about Dragon Quest that pushes people back. It can't be the visuals because it's like Dragon Ball is hugely popular here, and the same guy does the character art for both. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just it might just be like a crowded marketplace. Like I know the Dragon Quest games have been around like forever. You know, they're considered to be like, you know, pioneering type games, but you know, now it's kind of hard for a game like this to stand out. You know, other than the art style, I guess. Nothing really makes it stand out gameplay wise for me.
Yeah, it's a very traditional JRPG. That's certainly like many other JRPGs.
Which makes sense considering how old it is as a series.
Many other JRPGs have like some sort of defining characteristic or twist or something to them, to make them stand out. I agree with that. That's a good point. It is very much rooted in its classic trappings, and maybe that's why it doesn't do so well here.
Could be. Would be. What else did I play? I played a game on my phone. Excuse me. A game called Bleak Sword on Apple Arcade. And I just kind of like randomly downloaded it. I beat it. It's about 9. I think it's like 9 levels.
Oh, I've seen this game. I haven't played it though.
Yeah, it's okay. It's like an 8-bit style hack and slash game where each level is meant to look like a diorama, I guess. It's kind of it's supposed to be like a violent, like dark fantasy story, except told with like, you know, 8-bit style visuals. It was okay. And what else did I play?
Roth has a good point about Dragon Quest. He says it probably needs a female lead protagonist. That might make a difference.
Any more Hades for you?
No, I don't think I've played any Hades since last week. I might be done with it, at least for the time being. That might be all I played. Unless I'm forgetting something. Just go to Do.
Okay. All right, Do. I know you got a lot to talk about. One of these things. Well, all right. The one thing you're not excited to talk about. Please stay away from spoilers. Please.
I always do.
I'll think of something.
I will. I will.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, I stayed away from spoilers when I complained about Undertale.
Oh yeah, this isn't about like anything you did in the past. Just I'm trying to keep this game unspoiled for people.
Sure, definitely. Well, I'm saving it for last.
All right.
So we got a big list. What am I doing with my life? I have so much free time on my hands. So I played Fortnite. I played more Romance of the Three Kingdoms 14 on the Switch. I finished up that review for it. Did you put that review up, by the way?
No, we're going to do it this week because Nintendo Direct just took up too much stuff. I didn't want it to get drowned out.
Makes more sense. That's fine.
Yeah, we got a couple reviews coming this week, and that is one of them.
But yeah, so I played some more of that. I stand by what I said before. I mean, it's more of a my personality thing than the game itself. I can just get sucked into those games. I played the Triangle Strategy. Is that what it's called? Triangle Strategy?
Project Triangle Strategy.
Project Triangle Strategy. So I downloaded that demo and I tried that out. I like a lot of it. It's kind of weird because they throw you right into they tell you like in the beginning, it's like, you're not going to understand the story. This is just a demo. And then it's like, you know, chapter 5 and like people are dying. Like main characters seem to be getting killed. And you're like, wait, what? Like, why are you showing me this? So that's not a spoiler. It's in the demo. It's
you don't have to worry about spoiling the demo. No, it's fine.
Yeah. So there's that. And then, you know, the voice acting's awful, but I liked the storyline. And then the gameplay, which I guess is arguably most important in a video game, was pretty good. It's kind of like
arguably.
It's kind of like a Final Fantasy Tactics kind of thing, or a or like what, an Octopath Traveler, or what games are like this?
Yeah, both it shares elements of both of those.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but it's good. I can see really getting into it. Again, the voice acting is just abysmal, but it's kind of like it's almost in the vein of like a Resident Evil cheesy voice acting, where it's like you're not really expecting it to be all that good.
Yeah, and you don't know if it's placeholder for the demo or what, so we'll have to see what happens.
But yeah, I mean, it's a free demo. I'd say if you ever liked a strategy game once in your life, give it a shot. Why not?
Yeah, it's free. Why the hell not?
Yeah, it's free. So I played some more Super Mario 3D World. That game still is excellent. I
was trying to find that clip. I'm sorry.
No worries at all. That's a great one. What I like about Super Mario 3D World for me is here's a guy, me, who likes platformers, liked Mario games growing up, but I wasn't like you, RMC, where I would get every little star or every little secret. And even back on what was it, Wii or Wii U? Wii U, right? Even
Super Mario 3D World? Yeah.
Even back on that, there's something about the 3 green stars and the stamp in each level that makes me want to grab them and seek them out and find them, and the challenge is just enough, but not as challenging as like a Mario Odyssey or something, as far as daunting to collect everything. So this is like the first Mario game where I felt compelled to try to get everything before moving on to the next stage, and I'm just having a ball. So still, like I said, it happened all those years ago. It's happening again as I replay it on the Switch.
Man, there's one green star in that game, in one world in particular, or one level, I should say, that I will never forget where it is, because when I was originally reviewing the game, I was talking to a whole bunch of other reviewers because we were trying to find all the stars, and none of us could find one of the stars in a particular level, and it took us like half a day to find it, and I'm not going to spoil which one it is, but holy crap, is it well hidden unless you're paying really close attention.
Do you know, like, can you tell us what world it's on at least? Or?
I don't know the world number, but I can tell you what the level is. Like, I don't want to, well, I guess it doesn't matter if I say level. It's one of the, it's the Asian dojo level. I will never forget where that one middle star is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about this game. It's very addictive to collect everything, even as someone who's inherently not necessarily a completionist. It's so much fun, and it still holds up great. What an excellent Mario outing. And you get to play the Captain Toad levels, which I'm telling you, next podcast that I'm on, I'm almost positive I'm going to be telling you that I've played Captain Toad, because
I hope so.
I am so close to downloading that game.
Ready for adventure.
I just want it. I mean, if the game is anything like the Toad levels in 3D World, it's got to be a great game.
Well, I got news for you. It's just like the.
I mean, I almost like the Captain Toad levels better.
It's fun. That's
what's crazy about it. But it's just really well done. So excellent. Mom Brain, may I have a drum roll, please? We still got some more to go, but we're going to drum roll it. I beat Bowser's Fury.
Hey.
Not too much to write home about as far as like beating it. Yeah, it's a short game, but you know what? As with many of these Nintendo experiences, it's one that I would love to have my memory erased with the MIB fork and just like go back in time. Is it a fork or is it?
It's a dildo, I believe.
Okay, the MIB dildo needs to be stuck straight into my memory because I would love to go back and play this again. I mean, what a fun game. We don't need to. I don't need to go on about it. I mean, it's a Mario game. Nintendo's been doing them. Like Death, Taxes, and Mario games. Those are the only freaking constants in this world.
Did you like the final boss battle? Because I really liked it.
I did like it. Yeah, I liked everything about the game. I don't think there was one thing that I didn't like. Now that I look back on it, it was, obviously the same, but it was obviously the same, but it had a lot of new elements to make it a little more exciting, to warrant it being just a shorter adventure.
Lanquin in the chat says, "Dildo my memories away, Nintendo."
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
Well, what are they in Men in Black? They're K and L, right? So, yes. Hey, N. Remember my brain.
Hit me with that dildo, N.
Yeah. But yeah. So I don't know. Great game. It's funny because I say I don't need to talk about it, and then I end up just gushing about it. So go play it. I mean, what do I have to talk about a Mario game for? The only reason I want to talk about it is because I had fun playing. So. And the music, they still got it. Still got it.
Yeah.
Moving on. There's just a few more here, people. So, bear with me here. I had a busy week of video games. So I delved into the Xbox Series X a little bit, and by X I mean S. Xbox Series S is what I have. Sorry, it's just confusing, but. Felt good to get back into the controller. I haven't had an Xbox since 360. And me, RMC, and he was on the show a couple weeks ago, Music Man.
We were calling Pebble Boy.
Pebble Boy. We played some Sea of Thieves this week, which is fun. It's fun. We're having a good time. We're not the best pirates yet. We're pretty good privateers, I would say, but pirates, not really. Like we can go and dig up treasure and, deliver, silk and pigs and stuff like that. But we're not really that great about fighting other pirates. But yeah, I'm having a good time. It's one of those games that obviously is like exponentially more fun the more friends you have playing it. So the three of us were having a good time doing it. It seems like I'm a little worried there might not be a longevity there as far as even if we can get ourselves playing it a lot. Just because it I don't know, like the systems in the game don't seem to be as rewarding long term. But we'll see. I mean, we've only played a few sessions, and we're gonna play some more. But yeah, I mean, as far as like all the silly like escapism stuff, that's my jam. Like pretending I'm a pirate and sailing a video game boat. Like that's like my thing. RMC, as much as I love the guy, and we know what kind of gamer he is, and we know that he's not like a gamer like me. He doesn't need to escape anything. He plays video games for fun. I need to be somebody else. So like, we'll be on the boat and I'll be like, tearing up sails and masts and anchors and talking, matey talk and all that stuff. And he'll be like either like staring at the map, trying to tell me where to go, or literally sleeping. There's like a sleep button. And he'll be like literally sleeping on the bow of the ship, or like the mast of the ship, just like, and like I know there's a lot of waiting for a gamer like him in a game like that, but it makes me sad because I want him to have as much fun as I'm having, and I don't think he is. So,
well, I'll talk about it later.
Yeah, he'll talk about it later. And he's got great points. He's great. He knows. I'm just curious, and I'll ask him this question later. why in Fortnite will you dance your heart out, but in Sea of Thieves we have to twist your arm to play a tune with us? I just don't get it.
I will answer your question later.
And all the questions will be answered later, which is exciting. So moving on from Sea of Thieves, and I hope we play more of it. Actually, we played some random stuff, and then we played, I guess, what you would call a story mission. And I liked the story mission a lot, and there seems to be more. So I hope we play more. But moving on, I played a very, very little bit of Control on the PS5. Control has very nice graphics, and it's got a very nice presentation.
I think it's very nice.
It's got a very intriguing story, and I'm still very, 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 very early in the game, but I love the office building. I know that was one of your complaints, Kirby, that like the whole thing takes place in an office building, which I'm wondering if my thoughts are going to change the more I progress into the game. But as of right now, I love that. I was kind of worried actually that it was going to be like, work your way up to the president's office. It was like, nope, here's the president's office, and the guy blew his brains out.
Yeah, I was going to say,
so, like,
that's the beginning.
Like, yeah, so that was like really cool. Like I appreciated that, because I thought it was going to be like a bunch of like boring mail rooms, and then like we eventually at the end get to the president's office. It's like, no, you start at the top and you work your way down, and it's almost like, and that's kind of like a theme of the game, it seems to be. So I'm interested to play more. I haven't, like I said, I haven't really gotten too far into it. One thing that I do want to mention in Control, which I can't explain, and this is a personal thing, as most things that I can't explain are. So in Control, because it, I guess it's truly now it's been optimized for PS5. It's considering itself like a PlayStation 5 game. So it asks you if you want to play in performance mode or graphics mode. Now, when I played Miles Morales, I preferred graphics mode, which was a lower frame rate, but you got the better graphics. You got to see like Miles's reflection in like the buildings and stuff like that. And flying through the city, I didn't notice much of a difference. I thought the way I was playing was great. It was smooth as silk. Now, what's weird is in Control, I actually prefer the performance mode, because for some reason I can see the choppiness. I don't know if it has to do with just like I'm in a building, a confined space, rather than flying through New York City on a web. But in Control, I can't play with the graphics mode as much as I like to see. There's a lot of glass in the game, and it'd be cool to see like the reflections off the glass and things like that. But the frame rate suffers so much that I was distracted. So, I mean, weird thing. I just felt like talking about it. Or
man, you always throw me for a loop in the game. You talk about how you're so into graphics, and now you're saying you're in performance mode.
Hey, man, I'm not saying I'm right or wrong, or I'm not insane. I'm just telling you how I felt.
No, I mean,
knew it was weird.
It's surprising, because I'm playing it in graphics mode, and I haven't noticed any frame rate hiccups.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it was pretty rough. I tried it a couple of times. There were two separate instances where I tried switching the graphics back to just graphics mode, and I had to keep it on performance mode for the smoothness.
Man,
I can't explain it.
Would you say, are you saying it's chugging, or you just like the 60 frames per second better? Because I haven't noticed any slowdown at all.
I wouldn't say chugging. I would just say my eye, and this might sound ridiculous, but my eye can tell that the frame rate's so low. And
yes, but it's 30 frames or 60 frames. I mean, I feel it's a solid 30 frames. I haven't noticed any slowdown or chug. That's why you were saying you noticed it having issues. I was wondering if it was like legitimate issues, or you're just seeing, or if you're just more pleased by the 60 frames per second smoothness.
I'm sure it's more pleasing to my eye personally. I'm not an authority on, how graphics are supposed to look. But to be honest with you, RMC, between me and you, if I asked me and I asked you how graphics were in a game, I'd believe me over you. So, I think you're just able to, you could play the 30 frame per second one and not feel as put out as I would. I'm not saying it chugs. I'm just saying it gets to me. Whereas you probably notice the same thing I do, but your brain doesn't, force you to be tortured by it.
I mean, yeah, I'm not bothered by 30 frames per second. The thing that just confuses me is you said you were playing 30 frames per second in Spider-Man. So I'm even more confused.
That's why I brought it up, because I thought it was intriguing myself. I don't know.
Maybe Spider-Man is just a faster game overall, so it didn't bother you as much, whereas Control is more slow-paced.
Hey, you heard me gush about Spider-Man. I loved it. I didn't have one bad thing to say about the graphics mode I was in. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to playing more of that. One small thing I'd like to mention, just because we were talking about it last week. We were talking about your pet peeves. You even brought it up this week. My pet peeve was dead bodies that disappear, and Control has a cool thing where when you kill somebody, their body will eventually turn into a gray mist and kind of like disintegrate. Now, we've seen this before in games, things similar to this, but the way that Control does it, and I don't know if it's the graphics or if it's just the storyline or what I'm expecting or who knows, but it looks great. It feels satisfying. I usually, even in games when bodies disappear like that because of science fiction or whatever, it usually still annoys me. In this game, it's really great. I don't know why. It looks good. It feels good. It doesn't irk me.
It looks good. It feels good.
silly little thing. I mean, I don't even know why I brought it up. It's just there. So hats off to the dead body, disintegrating system.
Heads off to the dead body team at Remedy. You did a great job.
The game's giving me kind of a little Alan Wake vibes.
Well,
did you guys talk about this?
It's the same developer.
You guys must have talked about this thing. Yeah, okay. All right. Never mind.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, we definitely did.
I've been playing this great thing. It's called the Microsoft Xbox Series S. Have you guys heard of it?
Yeah, I talked about how you get the same satisfying enemy pop that you get from Alan Wake in Control somewhat.
Yeah, I think Control is a lot harder though. I remember Alan Wake being pretty, not super easy, but I definitely didn't die as many times as I have in Control.
Control is much more fast-paced, action-oriented. Yeah.
Yeah.
In Alan Wake, anyway. You had Barry, your lawyer, helping you out too.
Yeah,
that's true. You don't have that in Control. You don't have your
no Barry.
That guy was awesome.
Needs more lawyer.
Man, what a great game Alan Wake was. Anyway, so now I'm starting to reminisce. All right, so that was Control, and I don't know. I need to play more of it, so hopefully more to come. And last but not least, this is what RMC's been waiting for. RMC, he's one of if you guys know him pretty well, one of the fiercest friends you could ever have. Would never do anything bad to you. Would never just is a salt of the earth, good guy. Always worried about someone else's feelings. Always, always, always. So why does he love to torture his friends with these emotional? I almost cursed right now. So, anyways, I played upon recommendation from RMC, Doki Doki Literature Club, and I don't know how I could ever look you in the face again, RMC. And wonder what your intentions for me are.
The chat's going. The chat's got some great stuff going right now.
Yeah, it's like oh, you know what? He's one of my best friends. I really love this guy. I want him to play this game so bad so that he could be emotionally scarred for life? Like, what a
I
horrible...
want my friends to experience games that show you what games can do and be. I have nothing against regular games, more traditional games, anything like that. But these are shining examples of how far games can go beyond any other media, including other games. They are just so far beyond any other kind of entertainment experience, and Doki Doki Literature Club is one of those.
I can give it to you there. And everything you just said, although you're correct, doesn't mean it's a must-play game. You know what I mean? It means, yes, it's a very unique experience that will definitely have it will definitely, dig deep inside of your soul and haunt you. But it doesn't mean it has to be played. Yes, it's unique. Yes, it goes above and beyond any media as far as what it can make you feel as the user. But it doesn't mean I needed that, man. It doesn't mean I was ready for that.
Well, being ready is certainly one thing. I would say subject matter may not be something everybody wants to experience. I completely understand
My body
that.
is ready.
But as long as you're open to any subject matter, I think that is a must-play game without a doubt.
Well, I guess I don't know if I can agree with that. I don't know if I can agree with that statement, but it definitely does reach you in I mean, I'm sure it reaches people in different ways. But
without spoilers for those who have played the game, thankfully took my recommendation and didn't do any research going into it.
Oh, good.
So he had no idea what to expect. And I have a series of voice notes from him that are his journey through the experience, and it's probably my favorite thing from him ever because it's amazing. But yes, if you haven't played it, do not read about it. Just play it. I'm sorry, dude. Go ahead.
No, nothing to be sorry about at all, except for pushing me to play this game so hard. But yeah, no, over a 2-hour period, I kept sending you these voice memos, and you can actually hear the moment where my brain breaks, my pride 100%. And my soul and everything that I thought about the world just gets torn asunder.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, and again, not going to spoil anything, and I want people to have, if you're going to play this game, which I do not recommend, I want people to have the same experience I did. I don't want you to, don't even Google the word Doki. Don't Google anything. Don't. I did nothing. All I did was download the game and play it, and that's why it had this effect on me. I don't know if that's good or bad. It was not good for me, but I think you should do it. But here's another thing. I've never played an anime dating game or something, which I've read after beating the game is kind of like what it's, what the basis is, or where the beginnings are, rooted. So I don't know if it helped or hurt. I know it doesn't matter at the end of it all. So don't even think about that. I don't know what the point I'm trying to make is, but it's just even if I don't even know, I'm actually flabbergasted. As you can tell, I don't know what to say.
You talking about this right now and not being able to form thoughts about it or accurately express the thoughts is proof positive for why I think this is a must-play game, because it's so different from everything else, and it does it so well regardless of whether you like what you're experiencing or not. It is unlike any other experience.
It's something. It's something. I think now I think I want people to play it. Now I think I do recommend you play it.
I just have one question.
Yes.
Did it make your heart go thump thump?
I don't know. I think it turned my heart black as night. I think there's nothing inside anymore. I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened. it's such a crazy, especially if you don't know anything about it.
You're
It's
talking crazy
head fake. So, but I don't know. I'd say play it. I really don't know what to say. I didn't really enjoy it. I was messed up after it, and I even had, well, I won't talk about the technical difficulties I had. I never did get them straightened out, RMC, but
send me your laptop.
Yeah, I think it was more of a Mac thing than anything else, because people who played it on Steam or people who played it on the PC didn't seem to have a problem, but I seemed to have a problem towards the end of the game. To be honest, I'm glad the problem happened. I couldn't handle anymore. But just know that I played enough to have, quote, beaten the game, I guess you could say.
I know where you ended, and I would say that's not true, but you should go on YouTube and watch the rest.
Well, I did.
Oh.
I know all of. I've watched it all. Like, here's the thing.
I've seen everything.
Undertale, when it was done, I literally delved in deep. Like, I screamed to the heavens how badly I hated the experience, and then I delved into the internet to see how much I could get every little drop out of it. And then, yeah, so I did all of that. I personally think the experience that I had up until the point that I had was what the game maker was the point he was trying to make. But I know the rest, and I can, it's a game. But
it's a game.
But yeah, I don't know why you would don't have Nikki Hill play this. Why are you having people play this? Like, people should be at the top of their game, on the top of a mountain, playing this game. They shouldn't be. If anyone has any doubt about themselves, they should not play this game. Like, you are gonna have a tough time.
I think
you're playing this with friends or something.
I think what we found between this and Undertale is that you don't like games that challenge you as a player emotionally. Like, you like The Last of Us because that's a story being told to you. And I love The Last of Us, and I love the sequel as well. But that is very much a story where you don't have any impact at all on anything. You are being told a story. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. But when it comes to Undertale or Doki Doki Literature Club, these are things that you experience as a person deeply, and things that you do matter. And how you feel doesn't feel like you're watching a story. It feels like they're happening to you. And that's why I can't get enough of them.
You're absolutely right. And I put up a lot of defenses when I talk about a game like this or Undertale, and we talked about this before, because I love those other story-driven games so much, but a game like this makes those look like child's play as far as on an emotional level.
I think the happy medium for you is something like Life is Strange, because your choices do matter, and you feel them on some sort of emotional level, but it's very much like looking through a window. Like, you are very much getting a narrative experience that was crafted to go certain ways. So I think that's why you appreciate Life is Strange. And again, I love Life is Strange, one of my favorites. But a step beyond would be Undertale, and a step way beyond would be Undertale and Doki Doki Literature Club. So we found your limit, and I have excellent news for you. I don't have any other games to recommend that are like that.
Good. Do not. Having said all of what you just said about the other games and why I like those certain games, it's like you're absolutely right. But I don't know. I feel like in Doki Doki Literature Club, and again, I'm trying to avoid spoilers, but I feel like no matter what you pick, it kind of wants you to experience what I experienced.
Well, I mean, there's a overarching story that it wants you to experience, yes, but how you get there and what you do to make it happen can change, and what you read and conversations you have are very different between those. So there's just like Undertale, there's a million different ways that game can go, and that goes for playing it the first time, the second time, the third time, starting off the first time in a different way. Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff there. Hello, Video Game Guru. But I'm happy you played it.
Yeah, you're happy. You just love, like I said, it brings us back to the beginning. You love torturing people. that you love. But you know what? I'm appreciative that you would think of me and that you wanted me to play it. I did give it a shot. If it wasn't for me, I would definitely recommend it to anybody who wants to play something very unique. I might just warn you, like, you know,
don't say anything.
No, yeah, I won't say anything. But I might just warn you, like, it's not the freaking
Don't say
Animal
anything.
Crossing.
Don't say anything. No, you're saying too much.
Saying that it's not the all right. Well, then
I know what you're going to say. Don't say it.
Yeah, just play it. Just play it. And, you know, send your therapy bills to Raw Meat Cowboy.
Ella Wolf says you always torture the ones you love. That's very true.
But yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm open to these experiences. They really get me in the moment. But looking back, something that I'm glad I played and tried out. And I would never, after all this time and after being friends with you for so long at this point, RMC, I would never, ever try to, you know, discourage any type of video game. You know what I mean? Like, try it out. If it's not hurting anybody, let's see what happens.
And it's free.
And it's free. Holy cow. Man, they should have. I don't know if it was free, though. You know, it didn't cost any money.
It lives in your head rent free.
Yeah.
Therapy bills are not included.
Well, thanks for listening, folks. This was it's been another emotional week, but I do love talking about what I played, and it's always fun to do it here. So thank you.
Thank you, do.
Mr. Cowboy.
Yes.
What'd you play this week?
Thank you for asking. I played Fortnite. I played. Why didn't I look this up before? What is it? Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection. I'm playing an early copy of Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection. Let me make sure that's what it's called. I never remember if it's Ghouls and Ghosts or it's Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection. I'm playing an early copy. I can only talk about so much, but I can tell you, I think it might be the hardest game I've ever played. And I've played Ghouls and Ghosts and Super Ghouls and Ghosts and all that stuff, which were challenging. But Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection is ungodly.
That was a really great story.
Thanks, Josh. Ungodly challenging. It is so difficult. I played for...
You know what it is?
And tell me.
Spicy meatball!
I played for an hour and a half. I beat 2 levels. It took me all that time to beat 2 levels. I think I died. Well, I know for sure I died over 30 times on both levels. I think it's around 34 or 35 times. It is so difficult, but it is really well made. And you only have yourself to blame when it comes to losing a life, but there are cheap enemies everywhere. I mean, it's, you know, it's part of this franchise. It's supposed to be difficult. And I'm playing on the second of 4 difficulty options. So I thought the bottom one was easy and then normal and then hard and super hard. So I went with the middle one for normal. Ooh, man, it does not hold back. It is nuts. There's just so many enemy patterns and so many things popping up all over the place and so many triggers that send out a whole new wave of enemies. And good Lord, is it challenging. If you thought the other Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts games were hard, then I don't know what to tell you about this one. You go on an easier difficulty, but I don't know how much easier it would be. They got a cool feature in this one that lets you collect these little, like, I don't know what they are, fairies or something. There's a certain amount in each level, and then after you beat a level, you can upgrade your character to get special attacks. So like the lightning bolt from other games, you can charge up and call down after a certain amount of time, as much as you want. As long as you let the cooldown happen, then you can keep using it. And there's ones that'll put like shields in front and behind you, but they disappear after they get hit. I just got one where you can turn into a boulder and roll across enemies for a while. So you do get things to help you, but it's going to be a challenge, man.
I thought the game was a remake. Did they like just make it harder?
It is not a remake. It's inspired by the other ones.
Okay.
So some of the levels are very much inspired by the levels from the original game, but they have all new paths and enemies and stuff like that. But then on top of that, there's all brand new levels. So right from the beginning, you can opt for 100% new levels, as in not inspired by the classic games. And it creates a branching path. So you'll beat one level and it's like, do you want to go here or here? And the top route is something like a remixed, redesigned take off of one of the classic levels, but still all new enemies and some remixed enemies, and whole portions of levels are completely different. Or you can go to the 100% brand new level that's not inspired by anything. So you can pick and choose as you go. But yeah, it's a new game. This is supposed to be like the reintroduction of this franchise that is inspired by the originals and also brand new. But man, it's something. The boss fight in the second level, you have to ride on the back of a dragon and you have to survive the dragon just to get to the rest of the boss fight. So like I died so many times that the game was like, hang in there, you're almost halfway there. And I was like, almost halfway. You have to ride on this thing all as it's looping through the air, and you can hit it in the head and everything, but it doesn't matter because you're going to get to a second part where you have to fight it even more. I beat it, and it was one of the greatest moments of my life, but good Lord, is it challenging. But the thing is, I think everybody's expecting that. I don't know what else to say. It's uber challenging in a good way. As long as you like that stuff. So
yeah, I might have to pass on this one. I still haven't beaten Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
Yeah, if you're worried, if you were finding the other ones in this franchise too challenging, then I'm guessing you should stay away from this one. Along with that, I played Sea of Thieves as well. And Do and I are having first off, I'm having fun with the game because I'm playing it with friends.
I wouldn't have a problem.
Yay!
I feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like there's not a lot to do, and everything you do is just a variation on the same thing. And I feel like 60% of my time is literally just going to a destination. Like I'm just on a ship, and maybe an enemy will pop up and maybe a kraken will pop out of the water. But it's just like, all right, we're solving this riddle to find this treasure. Let's go on this boat and sail for 10 minutes. And then we get there and we dig something up. Okay, we got it. Now let's sail back to one of the ports and cash it in. And that's the majority of your time. Like you're just on a boat waiting to get somewhere.
And while we're sailing,
I am impressed.
Pebble Boy and I will be playing some sea shanties. And where's our third crewmate, I wonder?
I am either at the map watching where we're going or sleeping somewhere on a ship because the playing the music and doing the dances does absolutely nothing for me because it's just it like I don't it's not. It feels shallow. Like the dances and all that in Fortnite are like so stupid and so silly. And we're doing them in the middle of a battle. Like we're out on the battlefield. We could be shot at any time. Where, somebody's getting a car, somebody's getting shields, somebody's shooting something, somebody's exploring over a mountain. And in Sea of Thieves, you have, clap or one generic dance or lay down or I don't know.
They all sound good.
Point at somebody, and you're doing them because you're on a boat and you have nothing else to do.
Yeah, so why not play music with your friends instead of laying down on the boat somewhere else?
Because
we're all on a 10-minute trip together.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, well, we're all stuck here together with nothing to do, so we might as well just do this dance, which makes it not fun, even less fun for me.
Have you considered playing Fortnite during the time where you're sailing?
There's just so much downtime. Like the dances and the music and all that stuff they just make me frustrated because I'm doing them while I'm waiting to get to the thing that I want to do. And the thing I want to do isn't all that fun. And then I get back on the boat again. It's just so much on the boat And I appreciate the approach to realism, as in you actually have to sail there and you actually have to look at the compass. I like that. But the realism aspect makes no sense because sometimes it's realistic and sometimes it's not. And I feel like they went out of their way to make the realistic decisions one that were more frustrating. And the ones that don't make sense are even more frustrating. It'll be like, all right, you got to sail to a place and it takes 10 minutes or whatever. I'm like, okay, I get it. And then you go pick something up on an island and you're carrying a skull or a treasure chest, but you can only carry one. So you got to carry it all the way back to the ship and then drop it off and then go back out and pick up something else. But you know what you can do while you're carrying it? You can climb a ladder. How can I only carry one thing, but I can still climb a ladder? Don't you need your hands? So where's the why realism in one part and not realism in the other?
Climb a ladder one-handed, couldn't you?
Well, I'm saying if you're carrying a treasure chest, you have two hands on the treasure chest.
Oh, well,
you can't just climb up a ladder like that.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why the developers were like, well, that's okay. But when it comes to sailing, they have to, it's got to be, an actual voyage.
Yeah, it's weird that you would want to play a pirate game and then complain that you sail the seas.
No, I'm not complaining that that's what you do. I'm just saying the game is a lot of downtime. And if I wanted to do that on my own, that's one thing. But if I'm playing with my friends, we're just sitting on a ship and nothing's going on. And we're all waiting to get to the destination. Like the gameplay for me is like, finding the treasure and doing the clues and fighting skeletons and exploring the island. But the ship time is just... I'm not doing anything. Like I'm playing for 2 hours and I'm on a ship for an hour. Like there's nothing going on.
So who's the, ladies and gentlemen of the audience, who's the captain of the ship? Who's literally raising all the sails, raising the anchor, steering the ship, getting crapped on for trying to park too close to an island. And then this guy's like, oh, there's nothing to do on the ship. Well, help me. I'll stay at the wheel and you start raising anchors and start raising sails and I'll tell you what to do.
Now, the raising the anchor and the lowering the anchor are the beginning and the end of the journey. What's going on with like the 20 minutes in between?
All this, I can tell you what to do. You want things to do? I'll give you things to do.
I've played single player.
I end up doing it all.
I've played single player and it's just the same thing, except now I'm sitting behind a wheel and I turn the wheel a little bit. And we go, and I just wait, and I'm like, all right, let me look at the compass, and now,
okay, again, audience members out in the world, tonight you're gonna play a video game with one of your best friends. Aren't you excited now that you know exactly how your friend feels about the experience every time you hang out with them?
I have said
Give
this.
Me a break. You don't have to play if you don't want.
I have said this many times. I love playing games with any of my friends. And I will play whatever the game is. I don't care because I always have fun with friends. Like I have fun playing with you guys, but I'm not gonna like lie and say that everything going on in Sea of Thieves is fun and exciting because it's not. Like I like the part of being with you guys, and that's why I am playing.
Aww.
But the being on a ship and just cruising around, there's nothing going on. There's nothing going on.
It sounds like you're not pulling your weight on this ship, Romy.
I mean, I could sail the ship if you want, but it's not enjoyable to me. Like, I did it in single player and I didn't like it.
Then I don't want you touching my ship. I might have you walk the plank next time.
And there's no sense of progression because you don't get anything better ever. There's nothing better you get ever. You don't get any better guns. You don't get any better anything. And the money you just spend on cosmetics. You can't get a gun with a better sight. You can't get a better gun. You can't get a better sword. The whole reason for going on missions, I guess, is to get money. And what do you do with it? You don't do anything with it.
I told you I bought a gold shovel.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not interested in that. The gold shovel does the same thing that you get at the shovel in the beginning. Why am I going to bother? I don't get anything.
From it. To dig
it's
up,
not fun.
To carry vomit in your gold bucket and to like
that. You know what? That's
shovel.
A perfect example. We were playing the game, and I was bailing out the bottom of the ship because we had taken a hit and water was coming in. And dude's like, "Can you bail out the ship with the bucket? Mine is full of vomit, and I don't want to."
See, I don't know what example he's trying to make. Literally, he had to do 2 bucketfuls to empty out this ship to save our ship. So it wasn't costing him a lot. And to hear him tell it, he loves to have something to do in that game because otherwise he's bored and sleeping.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. My things to do are bail out a ship. It's not fun to me. That's
hey
not
man,
fun.
no one said the pirate life was going to be for me or you. You know, like
the rats ate your eyes.
The going around and solving the clues and all that stuff. That's the part of the game where I'm having more fun. I'm not enjoying the whole experience like you are.
But I'm not enjoying the whole experience either. I'm not saying you're wrong about these things. It's just the way that your character somehow, his emotions come out through him sleeping or sitting. You know, like he needs to be, either dancing, clapping, or making music.
Well, see, that's the thing. Yeah, like in Fortnite, I do the dances because they legitimately bring me joy and I have fun with them. And Sea of Thieves, I get nothing from them. I'm like, well, we're on a ship and they're all playing music, so I'll dance like the monkey and I'll stand there and like I'm not getting anything out of it. I'll do it, but
that doesn't make your crew feel good, man. We don't want you to dance.
Well, what does my crew want? What does my crew want? Do they want the real me or do they want the dancing fake me?
I guess we just won't play the game anymore, I'm thinking.
Now, see, that's the other thing. I never said I don't want to play the game. I'm just being honest about my opinions on the game. I don't think there's a lot to do. I've been reading about the game. Everybody's complaints about the game that I read are there's nothing to do. It's all the same stuff. And I understand it now. I get it. Like the missions that we're going on are basically the same thing that we were doing before. Except there's some kind of story behind it. But there's, I don't know, is there? I don't know. We only did the first one.
It's all the same stuff. We don't know. It's all the same stuff, man. Look.
Like beforehand, it was go do individual missions where you go get treasure or go fight skeletons. And then on our main mission or on our story mission, it was go get a treasure and fight skeletons. It was the same thing.
Look, it's the same thing. I'm not saying it's not the same thing. I'm not saying it's not repetitive. I'm not saying that, sailing on the sea is for everybody, but I like that stuff because I like to get lost in these weird, not weird, but in these games where you get to be somebody else, and you don't like that. That's not why you play video games, and I get it. It just makes me sad when we're sailing and you're clearly doesn't give a shit. Now,
whoa.
Now that's how you feel, and I don't want to take that away from you, obviously. It just makes me feel bad that you're playing that,
well, that's,
I know you like to play, but it's now I know that when we're sailing, which is one of my favorite parts, you're not going to be having a good time.
Well, that's the thing. You're not separating my disinterest in sailing from my enjoyment of being with you guys. I'm in the game doing it because I'm still having fun with you guys. I'm just when sailing comes up, I know okay, 10 minutes of nothing. And then we'll get into the stuff that excites me. But the whole reason I'm on the ship is because I'm there with you guys. I would not be playing this game on my own because then I'd have nothing. I'm playing it because I enjoy joking around with you, or you and Pebble Boy, because that's the same stuff we do in Fortnite. I love playing Fortnite. I find the minute-to-minute gameplay in Fortnite more exciting and more engaging. But I'm mainly playing it because of all you guys, because you're all there and we're talking. So that's what we're doing in Sea of Thieves. It's just, I feel it's a more subdued experience.
I think that the bottom line is that the game has a lot of potential, and
I don't know how much potential it has now, though. It's been out for 4 years.
Well, that's what makes me nervous about it because, like I said, it has a lot of potential. There's a lot of things that could be done or could be great, and if it's been out for that long and they haven't really done much, then I guess the potential is not there. But you can see, I don't know. The water looks awesome.
You and I will both agree on that. The water looks fantastic. Yeah. I mean, I like the look of the game in general. That's one of my favorite parts of it. I like the stylized islands and characters, and the water is beautiful. I really like the look of that. Yes. But, well, let's just leave it at there. Yeah, we both agree on that.
Mars Barrow suggests you play Valheim.
One of our friends has been talking about that. Yeah, but we don't all have PCs to play on. I could play on it, but very few of our friends have PCs to play on. We have a lot of either Mac people or no computer people, so we're kind of stuck there. I do want to play that. The problem is I want to play it with my friends, and that group is very whittled down when it comes to computers. I can play with Kirby.
Yeah, wait, who do we know who doesn't have a computer?
Do can't play it. I don't know if Vitamin G has a computer that can play it.
Okay.
Lube can't play it. His computer won't run
His
it.
all-in-one?
His all-in-one, yes, from 8 years ago will not run it.
Oh, I thought he got a new one.
Did he?
A new all-in-one.
Maybe he did. I don't know. I thought he was still using that same.
No, it was something else. Never mind.
And then Pebble Boy has a Mac, so he can't play it.
I think I saw like an ad for Valheim. It kind of looks like a cell phone game.
It sold over 3 million copies in less than 3 weeks. It's doing really well.
I did hear it's very popular. I was just like surprised by how
it's definitely stylized when it comes to visuals. It's like let's say it's like a PS2 game mixed with Minecraft. Let's call it that.
Yeah, I think I can see.
But it is in early access too. Like the full game hasn't released yet. I'm sure that's the visual style they're going to keep, but still.
Mars Barrow is is offering up their server to you.
Well, now he has to offer up computers to our friend. Thank you, Mars Barrow. That's very nice of you. I do want to play it. I just really don't often play things on PC because it whittles down the group of people who can play to very, very few.
You got to be careful with Valheim. I heard you can build a ship and actually sail it somewhere.
I know. I was excited about that because I'm like, I wonder how much different it's going to be. And it's procedurally generated. So that right there is so much more exciting to me. It's procedurally generated. You literally have no idea what's going to be next. Is a monster, a giant island, a castle? Who knows? In Sea of Thieves, you have the map. You know what's there. It's an island.
And they send you to the same islands.
Yeah, they send you to the same islands. I'm not going to quit playing Sea of Thieves. I am having fun with my friends. I enjoy playing with my friends. I want to see where the next tale goes because there's, 9 of them to do, and we're on number 2. So we'll see what happens. It's just not my favorite game. I feel like there's not a lot to do. But as long as I have the not a lot to do with my friends, then I'll keep playing.
That's nice.
All right. Let's move on. We talked about that longer than I thought we would. Oh, no. I've done bad things.
Let's have a little fun.
Send your questions to GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com.
Where?
GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com. They can be about Nintendo. They can be about video games in general or whatever the hell you want. This question, surprisingly, comes from 2 people. So I grouped them together. Comes from Gibson and Samuel. They both want to know. They both want to know, is a quesadilla a sandwich?
Yes.
Now, here is the Merriam-Webster definition of a quesadilla. A tortilla filled with cheese and often a savory mixture, folded, and usually fried. Is that a sandwich?
Well, it's a single tortilla, which might make you say it's not a sandwich because if you're saying a sandwich is 2 pieces of bread. But I could also argue that in lean times, you might take 1 single slice of bread and put fixins on it and fold it in half to still make a sandwich, and I would still call that a sandwich. So a single tortilla.
So you're saying it could be.
I mean, I would say technically you might be able to consider it a sandwich.
I mean, you're not just like putting the stuff on top of the quesadilla and eating it like as like an open face sandwich. There's a sandwich aspect to it. You take it on the go. It's closed and you eat it. I know this stuff makes you very angry, so I want to know what you think.
Yeah, that's why I'm staying quiet. Because it's not a sandwich, and that's that. And I don't want to even hear or talk about it anymore.
I love that this topic makes you so angry.
I don't know what angers me more, calling stupid things that aren't sandwiches, or spelling something wrong on purpose, to be cool.
What makes this such an aggravating discussion for you?
I don't know. I put it into the file it with the rest of the things that make my life a living hell inside my brain.
I love that it irks you. I won't ask you any more about it. Kirby, is it a sandwich or not?
Well, I guess if we're considering it a lean time sandwich, which I guess would also make a hot dog a lean time sandwich.
Oh, now you may do very angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no. To be honest, I really don't know what my as far as Mexican food, I don't really know what where I fall.
Where the sandwich line is drawn.
Yeah, I'm sure I had an opinion at some point, but I've forgotten.
So Mom Brain, you're saying you see the path to a sandwich.
I do. I mean, I'm not saying that I would die on that sword,
yes.
but
I would say not traditionally a sandwich, but if someone called it a sandwich, I'd be like, yeah, that's fine. I wouldn't be like, that's definitely a sandwich. I'd be like, yeah, that's a sandwich, whatever. If somebody had one slice of bread with peanut butter on it and they ate it flat, not folded on itself, then I'd be, no, that's not a sandwich. But if they folded it on it, I'd be like, it's in the sandwich family. Yeah, open face sandwich. That's a whole nother argument. But yeah, if somebody said a quesadilla was a sandwich, I would not be offended, and I wouldn't feel the need to be like, oh, that's not a sandwich. It's close enough. Same idea. There's just no literally the only difference is there's not a slit on the other side of the bread. That's it.
Yeah, it's almost like none of this is really all that important.
And that's what makes it even more fun to discuss. Moving on, Mom Brain, we have a Patreon question. Did you know that you could join the Patreon
for $1?
For $1. Thank you, Billy. This is from Gecko Kitsune. They say, have you ever suffered any gaming related injuries, such as the infamous Mario Party blisters or worse? I was trying to think about this, and I've had hands that were sore after playing a Mario Party or something like that, where you're hitting the buttons so crazily. But I've never had an actual injury caused by playing a game. Maybe a momentary cramp or something like that, but not a legitimate, oh, I ripped my hand open or I cut myself or anything like that. We've had a lot of our friends recently talking about Nintendo thumb because they're playing Hades on Switch and there's lots of mashing the buttons in that. And they've been complaining about how much it makes their hand hurt. So it's been a funny discussion to see come back up because I was talking about Mario Party and the glove that Nintendo originally sent out to people after they were ripping their palms open from playing some of the mini games and that. So it's very much a thing. Sadly, it's very much a thing for us as we're getting older because we can't move our hands as quickly anymore and we're not as agile as we used to be. So our hands tend to hurt more often. But yeah, I've never had a legitimate gaming injury that I can think of. Has anybody on the podcast had that?
I don't think I have either.
I don't think so. Just the gaming thumb. I've been like you said, Hades gave me gaming thumb, and
yeah.
And if I play an open world, if I play a lot of an open world 3D game, I'll get a sore left thumb from always walking forward.
Yeah, I don't know why more games don't take the Fortnite approach and let you double click the joystick to just auto run. That seems like such a great idea.
The best.
I know there's other games out there that do it, but you'd think they'd all do it.
I always double click as a force of habit.
Yeah.
And then I think to myself, oh, it's not Fortnite.
Yeah, I was playing something recently. I forget what it was where I went to do that and it wasn't in it. And I was like, man, that really should be a feature, like a standard feature. But there are other games that do it. But yeah, Fortnite is what I think of automatically. I mean, Fortnite's huge, so you're covering large plots of land when you're running. It just makes it easier. Mom Brain, if anybody here was going to have an injury from playing a game, I would turn to you, but you say no.
Why? What is that supposed to mean?
I just feel that way.
No, out with it.
That's
out with it.
You're a little.
You're always telling us how uncoordinated you are.
Yeah, you're a little clumsy. Just answer the question, Mom Brain.
I don't think I've ever injured myself playing a game.
All right, so we're wrong. You're good. It's all right.
I did twist my ankle the other day while I was out plowing the driveway, snow blowing the driveway. And it, what was that?
Well, I mean, see, but that's like there's snow out and there's ice, and I don't think
I have yak tracks on my
I'm
boots
trying
so that
to
I
help
don't
you
slip.
here.
And it actually, I hardly noticed it. I was like, ooh, I dodged a bullet there. I feel like I'm okay. And then I came in and sat down and I was sitting for a little while and all of a sudden it was like screaming
My
at
ankle
me.
blown up.
Yeah, it was sad. I mean, it's much
I
better.
busted my wheel.
Yeah.
All right.
And thank goodness for this panorama because today would have been my 10K and tomorrow my half.
This
and
panorama. What are you talking about?
the pandemic.
Oh.
So, under normal circumstances, I would have had to run a 10K today and a half marathon tomorrow with a twisted ankle.
Thank goodness you busted your ankle. That's great.
I didn't
Perfect
bust
timing.
it. I twisted it.
Thank goodness you broke your ankle. In 7
Remember
places.
that time I fell down the front steps?
Oh, I do. Yes.
That was
wailing,
bad.
wailing like a banshee.
Well, I only did it when I fell.
I'm not saying it wasn't
me.
warranted, but yes, you're infamous for freakouts when things shouldn't be freaked out over, like a cup almost falling over, and you react like someone's been shot or like a
true.
murderer has popped up
it
behind
just scares me. I'm easly startled.
by a cup falling over.
Yeah, and I do the like.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, like remember when you told Mom Brain you were going to give her monkey bites?
Clearly the
started
scariest
crying.
thing. Yes. That was the
was-
last day she got monkey bites.
That
so.
was so scary.
All right, Mom Brain, let's do some music, please.
Okay.
Send your music to gnpodcastmusic@gmail.com.
Again?
gnpodcastmusic@gmail.com.
Okie dokie. Well, here we go.
I got music. You want to hear it? You want to hear it? Oh.
Okay. Well, our first song comes from Ecliptor. Hold on, let me just turn this down.
Jeez, I don't know what this is at all. Well, it's portable.
It is.
Can you turn it up a bit? I like it. It's not first party?
I don't think so.
Is it? Is it something Ace Attorney?
No.
I don't know. I got nothing. Go ahead.
Sure. Okay. It was Iridian 2
Oh, I haven't played that.
on the Game Boy Advance.
I would have never guessed that either. Wow, very different sounding than what I would expect.
Okay, well, there it was. So that was from Ecliptor. It was Iridian 2, I believe, on the GBA. Here's a song from Freddie Fro.
Well, I mean, know it well.
That was Fortnite.
It would be Fortnite.
That song makes me feel so nice inside.
This was the only song back when you were playing.
Yeah.
I said Fortnite. Did we get that one? I
Yes.
cut out.
Yes, we got Fortnite.
Okay, good.
Great job. So that was from Freddie Fro, and it was Fortnite on the Switch. Here comes one from Geku Kitsune.
I think it's NES.
No.
Game Boy? Color?
Yeah.
Goddamn Game Boy Color. Mickey Speedway.
No.
Pokemon something.
Nope.
It's not Pokemon. Something licensed, I'm guessing?
Nope.
Wow.
Freddie Fro said, tried to give Du a win with that last song.
He got it.
Tanuki Tony got it.
Got this?
Yep.
First party?
Yep.
All right. Okay. How about Game & Watch Collection?
No.
Okay. First party. Mario.
Yeah.
What the hell is this? Mario on the Game Boy Color. Mario. Super Mario Brothers Deluxe.
Yes.
All right. Thank God.
It was Super Mario Brothers Deluxe.
I own that. What is this?
On the Game Boy Color. You versus Boo.
Oh, all right. I used to think that was the coolest game. I'm like, it's the original Super Mario Brothers, but enhanced. I used to play that a lot.
Well, that was Super Mario Brothers Deluxe from Geku Kitsune. Here's one from Glitter Bubble 3.
And now you hate remasters, which is funny. Remakes and remasters.
No, I don't hate them. I need time. I need time. It sounds like it could be N64.
No.
Super Nintendo?
Yeah.
Okay. That instrument makes me think rare, but I don't think it's rare. Nobody uses that but rare. Is this rare?
I don't know. Let me look. I don't think so.
Jesus, I don't know. Some racing game.
No.
Some sports game.
Yes. Well,
Monster truck racing.
I mean, I guess it's not.
Oh, you said it's a sports game.
It's not.
Uniracers.
It's not really a sports game.
Now I'm very confused. Wrestling.
No.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Shaq Fu. You could see my moment of confusion.
It is not a sports game. That's true.
So that was from Glitter Bubble 3, and it was Shaq Fu on the Super Nintendo.
I rented Shaq Fu back in the day, and I didn't like basketball. Why did I rent that game? I don't know.
You like Shaq?
I don't dislike Shaq, but I wasn't like, oh, the new Shaq game. I don't know why I rented it.
Okay. Maybe the cover was like enticing.
And I remember the cover vividly. It's
Yeah.
pretty much just Shaq. And a black background, and it says Shaq Fu.
Maybe there was another game you went to get and it wasn't there, and
That
you were
was
like,
probably-
and your parents were like, "Can we?" You were with your dad, and your dad was like, "Let's go. We got to get out of here."
We don't have Donkey Kong Country 2, but we do have Shaq Fu.
Right? And like,
Yeah, there were many times where that happened, where it was like, "Come on, we got to go," and I was like, "Oh, I don't know what game
oh
to
yeah,
get."
yeah,
Just
yeah,
grab
yeah,
Shaq
yeah.
Fu.
Yep. That is definitely what
Shaq
happened.
Fu again, the
I mean,
fourth time.
We've all been there.
I love Shaq Fu.
Yeah, you go and you pull the colorful cover to see if the case is behind it. You're like, no, there's
Yeah.
none left.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm talking
Been
about,
there many a time.
if you know what I'm talking about, it might be time to try an anti-aging serum. This one comes from Mikey3319.
How about a Dizzy game?
No.
What system?
Nintendo Entertainment.
Is it NES? Oh man, it's got to be that company, Micro Machines.
It's not.
Do you know who the developer and publisher is? Is it Galoob?
Hold on. No, it was not Galoob. I do know who the publisher is.
Who is it?
Virgin Interactive.
Yeah, same stuff.
Ocean Software.
Yeah. Some license thing. Go ahead, I don't know.
Oh, you gonna give up? I'm pretty sure you played it. McKids.
I've never played. I might have played McKids. Yeah.
I thought you played it for.
Sprite Rippers.
Yeah.
I might have. It's been a while.
Well, that was from Mikey3319, and it was McKids on the Nintendo Entertainment System. This one comes from Nate or Die.
Jesus.
That's Pop Goes the Weasel.
You got it.
Is this Super Nintendo?
Yeah, it's like Arrow the Acrobat or something.
What
No.
is this?
64.
God.
Is it a circus level?
Earthworm Jim 3D.
No.
Glover.
Yes.
Oh, thank God. I think Glover had a circus level. That's why I guessed it.
It was Glover from Nate or Die.
Remember, no Glover, no lover.
Words to live by. This next ditty comes from Rosemary the Farmer.
I feel like I recognize this for some reason.
I think that you might have played it.
What system?
Switch.
Man, I don't know. It's not an Ori.
No.
It's not Steam World.
No.
Dig. Nino Kuni. Wrath of the White
I really like it. It's good. Child of Light.
No.
I don't know.
Trine.
Oh yeah, I've played Trine games. Yeah, it's been a long time since I played the original Trine. Damn
Drake
it.
Gamer, you got it.
Damn it.
All right, so that was Trine from Freddie Fro. This one comes from Jess I.
Man, it's one of those where the samples, I mean, all right, it's GameCube. It could be really good 64. 64. This is really good for 64. Is it a racing game?
No.
Not convinced. It's just not a racing game?
It's not a racing game.
Okay.
Oh, Drake Gamer says yes, it's racing. I mean, it's not in the title.
San Francisco Rush.
No.
Cruisin'.
No.
Oh, it's a racing game on a 64. A Rally 64. Ridge
No.
Racer.
No.
It's not that Micro Machines game again, is it?
No.
Beetle Adventure Racing. Did you say that already?
No, but she said racing's not in the title. I'm trying to think of other
yeah.
racing games on the N64. Some like dirt or some rally racing game or something. How about Wipeout? No. How about G something? G-Force.
No.
Z-Force.
Hydro Thunder.
Hydro Thunder.
Wave Race. Wave Race 64.
Go ahead, we don't know.
Automobili Lamborghini.
No. No, that's not it. And I believe it's first party.
Go on.
1080 snowboarding.
Oh, I don't think of that as racing. Damn it.
That's why I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Where were you on that, Kirby?
Well, I think the racing thing threw me off.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
that's why I said
Me
no
too.
at first.
But it's racing. It's definitely racing.
Yeah.
Ricky Winterboy.
So that was from Jess I, and it was 1080 snowboarding on the 64.
Work your body.
Oh,
now that music I know.
This one comes from The Sacred Wolf.
Mario?
No.
Zelda, Skyward Sword.
Yeah. I thought that was a little timely, right?
I knew I knew it. This is flying.
I think Mars Barrow is keeping score for us, which is appreciated.
All right, go ahead.
And the last song for today, well, that was, by the way, The Sacred Wolf, who sent in Skyward Sword on the Wii. Today's last song comes from Wired. Here you go.
All right, I know this. It's Sunsoft, I know that. You can tell by that bass line. All right, Sunsoft. Why do I know this? Journey to Sillies.
Yes.
There we go. I knew it was a Sunsoft game because of the drums, but I knew it was a Sunsoft game I hadn't played when I was a kid.
Journey to Silius, and that came to us from Wired.
And the two I played as a kid the three I played as a kid that I remember are Blaster Master, Batman, and Fester's Quest.
Man.
5 out of 10, I believe. 6 out of 9. I'll take it. Not our best, not our worst. Do you got anything for us?
Yeah, Legend of the Silius is coming to Switch,
Oh,
baby.
There you go. I think it might be on the Switch already, to tell you the truth. I'm not sure.
Did you even hear of that? It's Sunsoft. I can tell by the bass line. You are fascinating, man. We need to study you. You're such a wealth of knowledge.
When it comes to the NES and Super Nintendo, it's definitely up there. As we move on, it's tougher. Is it on the Switch? Yeah, Journey to Silius is on the Switch Online. If you've never played it, you can play it on the Switch right now. There you go. All right, everybody.
This one's not a rumor.
It's true. Although I do think you said Legend of Silius.
Well, I was obviously pulling a Michaels trying to say it wrong. I'm surprised you got the Silius part right. I thought I was saying it wrong on purpose.
All right, everybody. That's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Huzzah!
There is something I wanted to talk about with you, in the after show.
Probably butts.
We do not talk about butts enough. That's true.
Are there any public executions on YouTube you want me to watch, or anywhere I can actually press a button and kill someone?
I remember what it was. It was about remixes and remasters. I'm not against them. I just need or not remixes, just remasters and shit like that. I can say that now. I just like it. I need time in between.
I'm glad that you brought this back up, because I almost interrupted the song section until I call you out even more, because you need time. Dude, Resident Evil 2 came out in 1998. You need time. You should play that remaster. That's BS.
Now wait. I've talked about this. Since Resident Evil 2 came out, they've re-released it 8 times, and I think that's a low number on every system that's been out since then.
And you've played it each time?
I've played Resident Evil 2 multiple times.
You've played it once. You don't play games more than once.
I played Resident Evil 2 on the original PlayStation. I played it on the 64 as well to see what it was like, and then I played it on one of the PlayStations. I don't remember which one.
Why did you do that?
Why did I play it on PlayStation?
Yeah.
There was some deal at the time. That's all I remember. I don't remember if it was a special price or it was out because something else was out. But
special price for a game you've already played, and then they do a super awesome remake master 18 years later and you won't play it.
Well, that's my point. That when you release a game 8 times, I think that's a low number. I think they've re-released it more than that.
But you didn't play it 8 times. You played it maybe 3 times.
I know, but my problem is they don't give it time to make me interested in a remake. Like the time in between Resident, like I'm sure Resident Evil 2 came out on something else, like 2 years before the remake came out. So I'm like, let it rest, man. Give it time. Let me appreciate it. You never gave me time to appreciate it. You just keep shoving it down my throat.
Well, now you're never going to appreciate an amazing remaster. Maybe one of the best remakes in history.
I know it's like a whole new game, which both I appreciate and am aggravated by. Because now I'm like, well, when people think Resident Evil 2, they're going to play this one, and there's no chance in hell they're going to play the original.
Look, I can get mad about that too. I know where I came from. You know where you came from. Just don't deprive yourself of a good game because, you know, they're money-hungry jerks. Like, guess what? That's what's happening.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to give them my money. They have taken away my interest in seeing that game again. I need them to go radio silent for another 10 years before I'm like, yeah, Resident Evil 2. They've taken away my interest. It's gone. They've killed Resident Evil 2 for me. And I'm deathly afraid of Resident Evil 4 now because they're doing a remake of that. And now people are going to play that instead of the original Resident Evil 4. And they've re-released Resident Evil.
You're not playing them, so what do you care?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Why do you care?
Think about how great Resident Evil 4 was. We called each other on the phone and we're talking about it for like days on end. And now people are never going to play that one again because when they look for Resident Evil 4, they're going to get the remake. So that means the original is dead to people. Not everybody, obviously, but the large majority. They're going to be like, this one looks like garbage. Why would I play that?
Why do you worry now? Now you're worried about what other people think. You've never ever once in your life.
No, I mean it makes me sad. It makes me sad. Doesn't it make you sad that people are never going to experience, or people most likely won't experience the original Resident Evil 4? They're just going to go straight to this one.
I mean, it makes me a little sad, sure, but one, I've experienced it and I know what it means to me, and two, I wouldn't let it stop me from playing the Resident Evil 4 remake.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not like I'm letting it stop me. I'm saying it has taken away my interest. I do not have interest in it. It's not like they're doing this, so I'm not playing it. It's more like they've done this and they've killed my interest in it.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. That's a real bummer because you're missing out on some good stuff.
Well, I mean, I played Resident Evil 2. I loved it.
Again, I'm glad that you loved the original. And I'm glad that it had this effect on you as far as emotionally. I am not happy that it's caused you to not experience this new one, and you're never going to. And the fact that you say, well, hey, I played the original, so I know it was blah, blah, blah. Well, congratulations. Then you don't need anything anymore. Then do you?
Well, here, how about this? I owe you this without a doubt. You have played games that I've recommended that you had no interest in. If you say you want me to play Resident Evil 2, I will play it.
No, I wouldn't. I don't want you to.
It wouldn't be a guilt trip. It would be a courtesy. I'd be happy to do it.
Yeah,
I'd also recommend it.
What'd you say, Kirby?
I know you would. It's just great.
What'd you say, Kirby?
I said I would also recommend the game if you're willing to give it a chance.
Well, do.
Look, man, I would love for you to play it just because it's a great game, but I don't want you to have to play something you're not interested in. I know how I feel when I play these games that you asked me to play.
No, I wouldn't feel the same way. I would play it. I can put aside my personal stuff for playing it.
Well, then the next time you ask me to play a game, it better be something as sweet as Resident Evil 2 remake.
How much is that? You know?
What, the Resident Evil 2 remake?
Yeah.
I don't know how much it is.
Resident Evil.
Yeah, it's been on sale a couple of times.
You could probably get it for $30 max, 20 min.
Let me take a look. Yeah.
Oh wait, or you could borrow my copy actually.
Oh, you have a physical copy?
I do, but then I would have to come over to your house.
Just mail it. Here we go. I'm seeing how much it's $40.
Yeah, I'd say wait. You don't have to buy it at $40.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be on sale again soon.
What the hell's
And
the
I'm not
deluxe
saying
edition?
it's not worth $40, but I'm just saying because I already feel bad that you're going to be like even if it were free, I feel bad because you have to play it.
Well, I could get the deluxe edition for $50, although it doesn't tell me what's in the deluxe edition. What is in the deluxe edition? All right, we're ending the after show. I gotta look into this. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Rest, relax, play some games, hang out with friends and family virtually, safely, whatever you're doing. And we'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for stopping by.